at espnplus.com/soccer for the love of La Liga.
How are you? My name's Scott Van Pelt, host of SC Pod, along with my partner in crime, Stanford Steve. What do we talk about mostly on the podcast, Steve?
Sports.
Some.
Parenting.
I feel like that comes up a lot. I feel like most recently I've needed some help because I feel like my shortcomings there are evident. It's life stuff, relatable content.
It's fun.
It's just two bald-headed goons just talking about nonsense a lot in a crowded podcast space. There's that one.
We're here.
Here we are.
The Baseball Tonight Podcast.
Any team could beat any other team in a 3-game series. That's 100% true. So if you want to buy, then win more games in the regular season. And I love the idea that more teams have a chance to be in the postseason. I've said before when they put in the best of 3 that my preference was the old wild card system. And I know it's a best of 3, but hey, for the teams that are the 5th, 6th seeds, win more games.
The Baseball Tonight Podcast is on the ESPN app or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Listen up, hockey fans. NHL on ESPN Plus is back. And if you're like me, you're going to want it all. The hardest hits, the dangles, and of course, the sellies. Be kidding me! Enjoy every second of 1,000+ out-of-market games.
You're tuned to an Odyssey station. If you're hearing this message, you may be located.
That's hockey on ESPN Plus. Sign up today.
This is the National League Division Series on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
I'm Mark Kestisher. Baseball tonight after the Mets take out the Phillies 7-2 in Game 3 of that series. Now 2-3 Mets. First to 3 goes to the National League Championship Series, so a chance for the Mets to clinch tomorrow, or the Phillies to force a Game 5, 4:30 Eastern Time for Game 4 of that series. Game 3 in San Diego between the Padres and the Dodgers coming up at the top of the hour here on ESPN Radio. Freddie Freeman is back in the Dodgers lineup. He'll bat third. As for this testy series, ESPN's reporter Alden Gonzalez on the scene in San Diego.
Now, with regard to that Manny Machado throw into the Dodgers dugout that everybody's talking about, I'm told that Major League Baseball has reviewed that video and there will not be any discipline for it. Max Muncy spoke to the media earlier today. He said that is zero focus for the Dodgers earlier today. In fact, he said that he feels like this Padres team feeds off emotion, that they try to get under team skins, and the Dodgers cannot play into that going into a critical Game 3. They got to focus on their game to try to get a much-needed victory.
Alden Gonzalez at Petco Park in San Diego. The pitching matchup for Game 3. Michael King will go for the Padres. Was absolutely stupendous in his wild card matchup against Atlanta. Went 7 scoreless innings, struck out 12 Braves. Walker Buehler, who had his second Tommy John surgery August of 2022, had 16 starts this year, a 5.38 ERA, been a bit of a struggle. Big matchup. Buehler against King, Dodgers and Padres coming up on ESPN Radio coverage beginning at the bottom of the hour. And don't forget the American League Series tomorrow, starting at 2:30 Eastern. The Tigers will host the Cleveland Guardians. That series is tied at 1 after that huge Detroit win yesterday in Cleveland. And the Yankees and Royals will play Game 3 of that series coming up tomorrow at 6:30 Eastern Time coverage here on ESPN Radio. The Royals got the win at the Bronx yesterday and have evened the series at 1. Our final score, Mets go up 2-1 on the Philadelphia Phillies, 7-2 the final. Coming up next, it'll be Game 3 between the Padres and Dodgers. Roxy Bernstein, Jess Mendoza will have the call. Chris Milani will take you through the pregame. For our producer, James Steele, our technical director, Camilo Ortiz, I'm Mark Kestisher. We thank you for listening to the National League Division Series on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
He's outrageous and usually off base, I might add, but I love him anyways. That's why I sit across from the Mad Dog, Christopher Mad Dog Russo, every Wednesday to set him straight. First Take starts at 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN.
And ESPN Radio Extra Point with Evan Cohen, Chris Canty, and Michelle Smallman.
I can't look at Stefanski or Andrew Berry, their general manager, as sympathetic figures in all of this. Because even though the owner is the one that has to say on whether or not Deshaun Watson is going to play, the owner is not meddling when it comes to the backup quarterback. The owner didn't tell you, oh, you got to get rid of Joe Flacco and bring in Jameis Winston when it costs you the same money. That is on the GM and that is on the head coach. They did not want to deal with the headache and the tension that it could create in that locker room if Deshaun Watson started the season the way that he did, and the rest of the guys are looking at Joe Flacco.
Fair.
And to that concern, you know what I would say? That's what the money's for. You sold your soul to Deshaun Watson.
Then why are we surprised that they're in hell? Isn't that what comes with the territory? Isn't that the risk that you take? When you sell your soul, don't be surprised when you end up in hell.
The SEC on ABC. Top 20 teams in action Saturday. At noon, South Carolina faces 7th-ranked Alabama, presented by Tums. At 3:30, number 1 Texas takes on 18th-ranked Oklahoma in the All-State Red River rivalry, presented by Burger King. And at 7:30, number 9 Ole Miss battles 13th-ranked LSU on Saturday Night Football, presented by Capital One. The SEC on ABC all day Saturday, beginning at noon Eastern and streaming on ESPN+.
How are you? My name's Scott Van Pelt, host of SV Pod, along with my partner in crime, Stanford Steve. What do we talk about mostly on the podcast, Steve?
Sports.
Some.
Parenting.
I feel like that comes up a lot. I feel like most recently I've needed some help because I feel like my shortcomings there are evident. It's life stuff, relatable content.
It's fun.
It's just two bald-headed goons just talking about nonsense a lot. In a crowded podcast space, there's that one.
We're here.
Here we are.
La Liga on ESPN+.
What a wonderful atmosphere.
All 380 matches in English y Español. The global stars.
Lewandowski, fantastic finish.
The historic rivalries.
The old and bitter enemies clashing again.
The beauty and the passion of La Liga on ESPN+. Sign up for ESPN Plus at espnplus.com/soccer for the love of La Liga.
I'm Michelle Steele hosting ESPN Daily today. Every weekday morning, we bring you the best sports story you'll hear all day. Today on ESPN Daily, a new NHL season is upon us, which means the once lowly Florida Panthers are now taking the ice as defending champions. So we try to get used to the idea of a prestige franchise in South Florida. That's ESPN Daily. Follow us and listen wherever you get good podcasts.
The playoffs continue on ESPN Radio.
Backing up, turning around. It is gone! Carpenter touching a ball. A 3-run bomb.
Locked up at 1 game each, the Tigers and Guardians head to Detroit for the first postseason game there in a decade. Game 3 of the Guardians and Tigers. Coverage begins tomorrow at 2:30 Eastern with first pitch at 3 Eastern on ESPN Radio.
From the stars of Y Tu Mamá También.
Like $1,000,000, baby.
Comes the highly rated reunion of Emmy Award winner Diego Luna and Golden Globe winner Gael Garcia Bernal with Asa Gonzalez. It's the main event of the year.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the reigning champion, La Máquina.
The Hulu original series, La Máquina. Series premiere October 9th. Streaming on Hulu.
That she called remodeling loans, and they were able to find her certified contractors.
That's great. And how'd she get the money to pay for all that?
Remodeling loans offered 0 interest for 60 months. They even have payment plans with 0 down and 0 deposit.
Looks like we're getting a home makeover.
Great. Now, if I only knew someone to call for a husband makeover.
Really?
Remodeling Loans is the #1 leader in home improvement financing. Call 800-921-1403 today for a no credit check, no risk approval. Get approved today and we'll match you with the best contractors in your area. And remember, no deposit financing is now available. Call 800-921-1403. 800-921-1403.
Evan, Canty, and Michelle are unsportsmanlike.
Let's talk to Michelle in Chicago, who has info on this second moon.
We have a temporary second moon. It's the size of a house. It is not big.
So what we realize is that it's not an Evan Cohen-sized house when it comes to the scale of the...
I bet you it's big enough for a hibachi table. I bet you it's big enough.
Unsportsmanlike. Weekday morning starting at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN2.
You have cancer. cancer. There's nothing you can do to prepare yourself.
Round 1 of chemotherapy. I'm gonna fight it. I'm gonna survive. There's no way I'm gonna let this take over me.
Cancer doesn't care what you look like, who you are.
It may not save my life.
Ray, get this cancer about you. Let's do it.
Live. Fight like hell. And when you get too tired to fight, let somebody else fight for you.
It's one of the lives that's been saved.
1, 2, 3,
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Visit v.org/donate.
This is Carlin versus Joe. Chris Carlin, Joe Fortenbaugh.
Nick Sirianni's not great. We know that. He needs to stop talking. But when it boils down to it, you have a quarterback that is pointing the finger a lot more than he is pointing the thumb, and he's not doing it in a productive way when you're trying to hold guys accountable. And that's a problem.
Carlin versus Joe. Weekdays at noon Eastern on ESPN Radio. ESPN.
The Dodgers and Padres are back at it with their division series tied at a game apiece just a couple nights after tempers flared in L.A. Who's going to grab the momentum in the pivotal third game of the series? Plus, we hear from both managers following the emotional second game, bring you the latest on the Mets and the Phillies, and get you caught up on the final 4 teams battling it out in the American League. It's all coming up ahead of the Dodgers and the Padres. Game 3 from San Diego. It's baseball tonight on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
This is Baseball Tonight on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. Now, here's Chris Villani.
Good evening, everyone. It's October baseball and NL West rivalry and a pretty eventful series so far. It's what we've had between the Dodgers and the Padres. And heading into Game 3, it starts with a warning. A warning from the Padres to their fans about the zero-tolerance policy when it comes to bad behavior. Hopefully won't be needed tonight, but after Game 2, a 10-2 Padres drubbing of L.A. that saw tempers flare a few times, who knows? Game 2 was delayed 12 minutes after rowdy fans tossed baseballs at San Diego left fielder Jurickson Profar and then threw some trash onto the outfield. You had Jake Flaherty, the Dodgers starter, getting into it with Manny Machado. Machado took some heat from Dodgers skipper Dave Roberts after the Padres third baseman threw a ball at the LA dugout. It was a wild one, to say the least, in just about every way except maybe the final score, because the Padres got the bats going late.
Ball in the air to left. Going back on it is Hernandez. Still going back at the track. It is gone. Opposite field. Jackson Merrill, the rookie. 2-run blast. Third homer for the Padres tonight. They lead it 6-1.
Roxy Bernstein had the call on ESPN Radio. The Padres scored 3 times each in the 8th and the 9th to pull away and set up this third game with the series tied at 1 each. Padres hit 6 home runs in this one, tying the 2023 Phillies and the 2015 Cubs for the most in a game in postseason history. The Major League Baseball pregame show is presented by Grainger for the ones who get it done. Well, before we delve into Game 3 Padres-Dodgers, let's get you caught up on the Phillies and the Mets. Game 3 earlier tonight from Citi Field. It was Nick Castellanos who was the hero in each of his last 2 at-bats on Sunday for the Phillies. Had the game-tying home run in the 6th, walk-off single in the 9th at a 7-6 win. This one scoreless into the bottom of the 2nd. Mets at the plate. Pete Alonso standing in.
Swing and a high fly ball in the air right field. This one back. This one's got a chance. That one is gone. And Alonso tosses the bat as he rounds first. The Polar Bear has given the Mets the lead 1-0. Another opposite field homer for Pete Alonso.
John Shambi on the call for ESPN Radio. The Mets jump out to that 1-0 advantage. Couple innings later, bases clear once again for New York, and this time it's Jesse Winker at the plate.
The 2-1. Swing and a high fly ball. Deep right field. If it's fair, it's gone, and that one is gone. Wow. I mean, into the upper deck, an absolute tank by Jesse Winker. And with one swing, the Mets have doubled their lead. It's 2-0.
Yeah, Winker got all of that one. Mets take that 2-0 advantage into the 6th. This time, a couple men on for Starling Marte.
Here's a 1-0. Swing and a line drive, base hit. That's into center field. Nimmo's in to score. Alonso racing to the plate. He's in. Marte comes through. And the Mets have doubled their lead. It's 4-0.
And Mets just kept doubling this advantage. They build that 4-0 lead. They get a strong outing from Chaminade. 7 innings of 1-run ball. New York wins this one 7-2 the final. Mets take a 2-1 series lead and get their first win at a playoff game at Citi Field since 2022. In fact, dating back to the 2015 World Series, the Mets had lost 5 of 6 in the playoffs at home, but now they'll come back to Citi Field tomorrow for Game 4, just a win away from the NLCS. I'm Chris Villani. It's Baseball Tonight on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. We got Game 3, National League Division Series, the Dodgers and the Padres, and the first pitch coming your way just about 30 minutes from now.
And Tatis clubs one, deep right center, going, gone! Tatis' second home run tonight.
Toddy's got just a beautiful personality. He's a showman that has amazing ability, but respects the game highly. He's letting his ability take place. He's doing a lot of good hunting. He's getting balls he can put swings on and just not trying to do too much with it. He's taking his walks, but everything he's doing is in the zone, and he's just looking to put good swings on the baseball.
It is all San Diego at Dodger Stadium. 10-1 Padres. That is a new franchise record with 6 home runs tonight, the most for a San Diego Padre team in a postseason game. Swing and a miss, got him with an off speed, and he struck him out, and the Padres have evened this series. San Diego takes Game 2 by a final of 10-2. It's 1-1, shifting down to San Diego for Game 3.
Coming back to Petco Park for Game 3 indeed, and maybe just a little bit of bad blood between these two teams. They are rivals after all, and the former Dodger Manny Machado raised some eyebrows, let's say, when he tossed a ball at the Dodgers dugout. Now, that's a fairly common practice when a pitcher puts a new ball in play, but LA skipper Dave Roberts, after seeing a replay of the throw, said it might not have been so innocuous.
I didn't notice it at the time. I really didn't. I didn't notice it. I did see the video, and it was unsettling. Obviously, I have a relationship with Manny from years past. There was intent behind it. It didn't almost hit me because there was a net, and that was very bothersome. If it was intended at me, I'd be it's pretty disrespectful. So I don't know his intent. I don't want to speak for him, but I did see the video, and the ball was directed at me with something behind it.
Yeah, throw had a little mustard on it, as the kids like to say, or like to say about 50 years ago. Mike Schilt, the San Diego manager, reacting today to Roberts' comments.
I come from maybe a just different philosophy of dealing with this. I couldn't help but have people share them with me, so I'm aware of them. Listen, I got into this game to help players get the most out of their God-given ability and to compete on the field and respect the opponent. I'm not, nor will I disparage another player on another team, especially anybody I've managed in the past, nor will I do it to a collective team. So just not how I want to operate. I got a lot of respect for their club, the players on their club.
At the end of the day, though, Schilt backed his player.
As far as Manny goes, it's unfortunate that people can't, move on from things from the past. I thought Manny's exhibition of professionalism and leadership were on display the other night in a very tough environment. He nor I or anyone will profess to be perfect, but Manny has made some strides that are very impressive both on and off the field. It's been a privilege to witness that. It's representative of him being our rightful Roberto Clemente nominee award winner, and I expect him to win it. I get the privilege of seeing him, along with our players behind the scenes, do some really special things for young people, our community, but people have their right clearly to share what they want and how they want to share it.
So plenty of fire between these two rivals heading into Game 3. And for a look ahead to the matchup, let's get out to Petco Park right now. And our crew with tonight's call, alongside Jessica Mendoza, here's Roxy Bernstein.
Chris, a beautiful night for Game 3 of this National League Division Series. Series tied at 1 between the Dodgers and the Padres as just the series shifts from L.A. down to San Diego. But the emotions and the adrenaline's going to come with everybody down south, down the 5 from L.A. What did you make of everything in Game 2?
Wow. Where do I begin? I mean, it was drama like I've never seen before, and especially because it included so much of the fans and both teams' players. And, we've seen fights and we've seen brawls, and obviously we've seen fans do things before, but it encompassed kind of every emotion, and honestly even including a manager and, stuff that we've honestly never seen before during such a big game.
Well, tonight, a lot on the line, and I think you have to pack a lot of that emotion away and focus on the task at hand, because you're about trying to win a World Series, and if you're worried about the other stuff, you're worrying about the wrong things. Walker Buehler for the Dodgers, Michael King, who's coming off a phenomenal start against the Braves in the wild card round, our pitching matchup tonight. This is a huge game, and the pendulum of this series swings on tonight.
Roxy, I agree with you that, yes, I think the message for both teams is definitely first of all, it's going to be a raucous crowd in San Diego. It gets very underrated. It's always about Philly and New York, but San Diego can bring it. To me, the emotions will get high when Walker Buehler, if he were to hit a batter, and not on purpose. Walker Buehler is that pitcher that's not afraid to throw inside. So my biggest thing is when you've got Michael King and Walker Buehler, both pitchers that throw fastballs hard inside of batters, not afraid to get in a kitchen. To me, that is when something can trigger like that, and those emotions will come to the surface.
The key for the Dodgers, Game 1, Shohei Ohtani and the big bats, other than Betts, delivered. They were quiet in Game 2. How critical is that group for the Dodgers tonight?
They have to produce. I mean, this is their team. And, we're seeing Freddie Freeman truly battle through an injury that's causing him a ton of pain, if he can even get through the entire game. So for them to take advantage, yes, we could talk about how important the bottom of the order was in that Game 1, but ultimately Shohei Ohtani, Mookie Betts, and Freddie Freeman are this team. And maybe not all three at once, but two of the three have to get going.
The Padres' confidence has to be so high.
Just talking to them down on the field before the game, they're at home. So winning that Game 2 was not only huge for the series, but understanding this place intimidated LA 2 years ago. And Dave Roberts even talked about that, how different it was. And now this team is more prepared, but it doesn't mean that they're going to be able to completely drown out how loud the sound will be in the fans here in San Diego.
Game 3 from San Diego, the Dodgers and the Padres. Chris, with the series tied at 1, first pitch coming up shortly.
Thanks very much, Roxy. Yeah, we'll get it back out to you just after the top of the hour for the start of game number 3. Don't forget to tune in to today's trivia question airing later on in the broadcast. That's brought to you by Dr. Pepper. And you heard Jessica reference the injury to Freddie Freeman. It's late in the season. Injuries are a concern for just about every team. The Dodgers no different. But Freeman left Game 2 after 5 innings on Sunday. Discomfort in his sprained right ankle. He was replaced by Max Muncy. Dave Roberts earlier today on the status of his first baseman.
So he's in there. He's doing everything he can to post, which I appreciate. I think everyone in the clubhouse respects. And so he's gone through his pregame stuff. So unless I hear otherwise, he'll be in there. What did he do yesterday? He got treatment, kind of all the contrast stuff, all the modalities, nothing on the baseball side. It was a mental reprieve break, which he needed. Hopefully he caught a good dinner and got some good rest.
Mental break and a nice dinner always makes me feel better. Freeman in the lineup, batting third for the Dodgers. They get set to take on the Padres in Game 3. I'm Chris Villani. Coming up next on Baseball Tonight, we'll get you caught up on Monday's American League action. You're listening to the National League Division Series on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
On the latest episode of Numbers on the Board podcast, we gave our over-under predictions for every NBA team, and you won't believe who we gave the under to. Also, on Drop the Mic, we picked 3 teams we're buying stock in, and you might be surprised. Catch that and more wherever you listen to your podcast.
Hey, it's Laura Rutledge from SEC Nation.
And Marty Smith from Marty and McGee.
Catch us live from Dallas.
All that, plus analysis of every SEC game. That's my kind of Saturday. Tune in to Marty and McGee, presented by Old Trapper. Saturday, 9 a.m. Eastern.
And then SEC Nation, presented by Regions, at 10 a.m., only on SEC Network.
Monday Night Football sets the stage with an AFC East showdown in the Big Apple. Josh Allen and the Bills strive to shine under the city lights.
Allen's going to take it. Touchdown, Buffalo.
While Aaron Rodgers eyes redemption on Buffalo as he hopes to lead the Jets to victory against the division rival.
Rodgers is the master at it, and a touchdown by Lazard.
Bills Jets, Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN.
You have cancer. There's nothing you can do to prepare yourself.
Round 1 of chemotherapy. I'm gonna fight it. I'm gonna survive. There's no way I'm gonna let this take over me.
Cancer doesn't care what you look like, who you are.
It may not save my life. It may save my children's life. It may save someone you love.
Live. Fight like hell. And when you get too tired to fight, let somebody else fight for you.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Visit v.org/donate.
Saturday on ACC Network. Kyle McCord leads a high-powered Orange offense into Raleigh.
Kyle McCord, he has been as advertised. Touchdown Syracuse!
As the Wolfpack look for the W under the lights at Carter Finley.
Picks up Cione. That's an NC State touchdown.
ACC primetime football. Syracuse at NC State. Saturday at 8 Eastern on ACCN and streaming live on the ESPN app.
I'm Michelle Steele hosting ESPN Daily today. Every weekday morning, we bring you the best sports story you'll hear all day. Today on ESPN Daily, a new NHL season is upon us, which means the once lowly Florida Panthers are now taking the ice as defending champions. So we try to get used to the idea of a prestige franchise in South Florida. That's ESPN Daily. Follow us and listen wherever you get good podcasts.
Hey, it's your resident Super Bowl champ, Chris Candy. Coming on Wednesday, the Jets have fired head coach Rob Saleh, but I'll tell you why things won't get better for Gang Green this season. It's Unsportsmanlike, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
Listen up, hockey fans. NHL on ESPN Plus is back. And if you're like me, you're going to want it all. The hardest hits, the dangles, and of course, the sellies. Be kidding me! Enjoy every second of 1,000+ out-of-market games, exclusive matchups, and so much more. That's hockey on ESPN Plus. Sign up today.
You're listening to the National League Division Series on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
I'm Chris Milani. Got the Dodgers and the Padres getting set to throw the first pitch just after the top of the hour. Walker Buehler set to get the ball for L.A. opposite Michael King of San Diego. Through 7 scoreless innings in his first start of the postseason, he'll try to become the first Padres pitcher to allow no runs in each of his first 2 starts of a postseason. Maybe the second with multiple scoreless starts in a single postseason. You go all the way back to 1998. Last time that happened, that was Kevin Brown. Over in the American League last night, the Tigers in a 1-game hole against the Guardians. And what do you do when you're down? Well, turn the ball over to your ace.
2-2. And that's in there, strike 3. With the 4-seam fastball. And Tarek Skubal strikes out the side. In fact, he's fanned 4 consecutive batters.
Dave O'Brien on ESPN Radio. Skubal, 7 scoreless innings, 8 strikeouts, and he definitely understood the assignment in Game 2 with his team down.
I think every time I take the mound, I'm trying to put my team in a position to win and do what I can to win, whatever, however it's possible. So, in the moment, you just can't make the game bigger than it needs to be. As a competitor, you can't make it bigger than it needs to be. You got to stay in the moment. And, as much as it is, tough to overcome a 2-0 deficit, you got to understand that you just got to keep executing pitches and keep going right after guys and keep the game simple, in the biggest moments. And I think I did a good job of that today.
Skubal throwing zeros up there. The problem for Detroit is they couldn't push one across either, at least not until the 9th inning. A couple on for Kerry Carpenter.
Runner at first goes. A pitch swung on a high fly ball, right field deep. Back it up, Brennan. Back it up, turning around. It is gone! Carpenter touching a ball. A 3-run bomb. And the Tigers have stunned the Guardians.
That 3-run shot, the difference. Carpenter, the hero, after going deep against Guardians closer Emmanuel Clase.
Yeah, it is special because I don't know how many runs or home runs at least he's given up this year. So I feel like it's a lot of God's grace right now, and it's pretty fun to be a part of this, and to do it off of him is special because he's literally the best closer in the game for a reason, and and he's tough. But I like battling those guys.
Cleveland manager Steven Vogt said his closer just made one bad pitch.
I thought, obviously got the first 2 outs, and then they were able to get a couple singles off of him, and looked like I haven't seen the replay yet. It looked like he just kind of left a slider out over for Carpenter, and he didn't miss it. It was a really good hitter, and just looked like he left a slider over the plate.
And Carpenter did not miss it. The third player in Tigers history with a go-ahead homer in the 9th inning or later of a playoff game, joining some pretty elite company. Al Kaline in 1972, Maglio Ordonez in 2006. Meanwhile, in New York, the Royals and the Bronx, after losing the first game, trying to do the same thing that the Tigers did in Cleveland.
First pitch, a roller to Witt. He has it. He fires, and the Royals will take Game 2 by a final score of 4-2. This series is now tied 1 game apiece, like all the others.
Carl Ravitch on ESPN Radio. The Royals scored 4 runs in the 4th inning to go ahead of the Yankees, held on to win it by that 4-2 final. And this, despite the struggles of their young superstar, Bobby Witt Jr., 0 for 10 in the ALDS, but still happy to be going back to KC with a split.
Oh, yeah, it's huge. You got 2 games now at Kauffman for sure, and so going back home, it's going to be a lot of fun. Get the boys right, getting hot at the right time. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be electric. We're really looking forward to it, and I feel like we're just still kind of getting things rolling.
After the loss, Yankees infielder Jazz Chisholm said he's not worried.
Still feels the same that we're going to win it. I don't feel like anybody feels any different. We're going to go out there and do our thing still. We still don't feel like any team is better than us. We had a lot of missed opportunities tonight, so they just got lucky.
Wait a minute, just lucky? Hold on a second. At least according to his manager, Aaron Boone.
I don't think they got lucky. I think they did a lot of really good things and came in here and beat us last night. But I also looked at the line of questionings as it went. I think what he was referring to more was probably, we did hit into some tough luck. There were some hard hit balls, and so that line of questioning continued to where Jazz can be colorful sometimes and just in his head, because the confidence he has in himself and our group, like, hey, they got lucky work, but I don't think that was the case. They obviously played really well. I think they played 2 really good games against us and earned themselves a victory last night.
Now the series now goes back to Kansas City for Game 3 on Wednesday. The Royals have played their first 4 games this postseason on the road, so Wednesday is going to be the first home playoff game for them since the 2015 World Series. And this is the first year in the division series where all 4 series are tied or were tied, at least until the Mets got a win earlier today, 1-1 after the first 2 games. They don't call it the pivotal Game 3 for nothing. We're contractually obligated to call it that. Game 3 winner of a best-of-5 series when it's tied after the first 2 has gone on to win the series 73% of the time. I'm Chris Villani, Baseball Tonight on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. We got the first pitch, Game 3, NLDS, Dodgers and Padres coming your way about 15 minutes from now. And Game 2 at Dodger Stadium turned a little bit ugly. It started in the bottom of the first when Mookie Betts hit what looked like a go-ahead home run.
Right-handed batter swings and lifts in the air to left, toward the line. It's got a chance. Back is Profar at the wall. He leaps, and it is gone. Tie game.
He caught it.
No, he caught it. He reached over that short wall down the left field line, and Profar played it off like he didn't catch it. And then all of a sudden, casually threw the ball back into the infield. He fooled everybody, and I bid on it hook, line, and sinker. As Profar took it away, he had to fight fans for it in the first row on that short fence down the left field line.
And not just you. I mean, fooled everyone in the stadium. They cued the music, the lights.
That was a great play of Profar. Did troll the fans just a little bit. They responded by tossing stuff onto the field, and Fernando Tatis Jr. went out there to check on his teammate.
Just a lot of stuff just going at the time, and we have to stay together in a moment like that. As a team and the group we are, we obviously staying together, and we saw our boy Profar out there getting balls, throws at him, and he has rights to be mad, but at the end of the day, we understand that we're in the mission and stuff like that is going to happen, and we just come together as a group as quick as possible, and we talk stuff, and we just keep grinding it like we just did.
Well, the Padres and the Dodgers going to turn the page tonight for Game 3, and ahead of the third tilt, San Diego manager Mike Shildt sat down with Roxy Bernstein.
All right, Chris, Game 3 in San Diego with the skipper of the Padres, Mike Shildt. And a lot of stuff to cover with you after coming out of Game 2, but let's talk about your ball club and the response that they had offensively. What did you see from your team late in the game on Sunday night after Manny Machado pulled the guys together in the dugout?
Yeah, I just saw a group of guys that even got deeper with their bond. It's a very tight group, has been all year. More of the same, tough situation. Just make sure we reminded ourselves, made it a tremendous job of doing that. To play our game, just go play baseball and take care of it on the field, and then actions typically speak louder than words.
Well, speaking of actions, Fernando Tatis Jr. has been on a roll, locked in from the outset, really here in the playoffs. What have you seen from him in his at-bats that is doing so many positive things for your ball club?
Actually not trying to do too much. He's staying in the zone, getting balls he can handle, just putting a nice swing on it, and he's got plenty of power, obviously.
A lot of stuff happened. Your players, there was a lot of debris thrown toward your players in the outfield in Game 2. What was your view from the dugout about everything that transpired?
That's all I done packed. I don't know how much time we have, but yeah, as far as what transpired, I went on the field because I'm not going to have my players getting things thrown at them without being there to support them and make sure they feel safe. And we got them in the middle of the field and discussed it. And, I thought the umpiring crew, Dan Bellino and his crew did a really fantastic job in real time in a tough situation. But I think that what happened spoke for itself and is unfortunate. No player, especially like in Profar, goes over to throw gives a baseball to a fan and has baseballs thrown at him. That's pretty egregious. But I think we saw what happened and guys, did the best they could to stay focused, and the results spoke for themselves.
Speaking of Profar, when did you realize he caught that ball in the first inning?
I didn't realize it till later. I thought maybe he was gave the effort, but clearly glad he caught it. But it was quite a play.
I know it wasn't lost on you, but the performance by you, Darvish, on the mound. How good was he in your eyes in that game and what he did for this ball club?
It wasn't lost on me, and I'm glad you brought it up because it perhaps has gotten lost in all the different theatrics that took place in that game and some other heroes for us as well. But he was right there at the top of the list because he threw the ball extremely well, and I give him credit. Got through that seventh after however long that delay was, and covered the leadoff walk and was able to get 3 in a row and lead there with 7 with the one on the board. It was huge that night. We pitched Scott added on and puts us in a good position with our bullpen moving forward.
Game 3 coming up. Mike, appreciate the time.
Of course, anytime.
Chris, back to you in the studio.
All right, thanks very much, Roxy. And coming up next on Baseball Tonight, we get it out to Petco Park for the first pitch. This is the National League Division Series on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Wow, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
In business, service is everything. Cintas delivers what you need to better serve your customers. Whether it's freshly laundered work apparel for almost any job imaginable, tested and inspected fire protection systems, first aid and safety supplies, on-site AED training, or mops and restroom products, stocked and ready when you need them. Better work days happen together. So visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
At the Home Depot, we know Saturdays are for college football. That's why we have everything you need to never miss a play. Like North America's #1 home fire safety brand, Kidda. Because on a day full of football sounds you love, like fight songs, roaring crowds, and your favorite commentators...
like me, Kirk Herbstreit.
The last sound you want to hear is... Defend your game time with Kidda and the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Based on total household installations as of December 2023.
This time of year, the gear means more. The logo has a season of grit stitched in. The hat brims go low. The jerseys blaze with postseason pride. It's postseason season. This is what players and fans wear to win. Visit MLBshop.com for your favorite team gear and today's special offer. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission.
Are you an annoying coworker? Sending emails when everyone else is sleeping? Do they ask, how do you sleep at night? Then you should go to Mattress Firm. They have knowledgeable sleep experts that can help you find a better bed, like a Tempur-Pedic. It has technology to keep you cool at night, meaning anyone, even people like you, can sleep. Get matched at Mattress Firm. Sleep at night. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Madame Giselle senses something in your future.
Is my boyfriend going to propose?
It's a big storm.
Wait, we're going to get in a fight?
No, a literal storm. Wind, heavy wind. I see a tree falling on your RV.
Oh, that's fine. I'm covered by Progressive. So, is my boyfriend there? Maybe on one knee?
The entire roof is crushed.
So, no ring.
Be prepared for the unexpected with Progressive, a leader in RV insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Product features subject to policy terms and may not be available in all states or for all vehicles and covered selections.
Febreze. As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust new Febreze car vent clips, now with 3 times greater scent control, because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with new Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing, which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up, Oscar!
The best mornings
In the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
pull on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started on the right foot.
I pull my blue jeans on. I pull my old blue jeans on.
Good mornings make for better days.
I pull my blue jeans on. I pull my old blue jeans on.
Wrangler, for the ride of life.
This is the National League Division Series on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
I'm Chris Milani. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to the National League Division Series on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. We're just a couple of minutes away from game number 3, the Padres and the Dodgers. San Diego trounced LA in game 2 to even up the series at 1 apiece, and we'll see who can get the advantage a little bit later on tonight. In the other NLDS, the Mets and the Phillies, New York came into this one down 1-0 after a loss at home, but able to bounce back early. A couple home runs for Pete Alonso, Jesse Winker, Starling Marte, a 2-run single, setting up the Mets nicely in the later innings.
Swing and a miss, struck him out, and that's the ball game. And the Mets take game 3, 7-2 the final. And the Mets lead the Phillies 2-1 in this best-of-5 division series.
John Shambi with the call on ESPN Radio. The Mets with that 5-run advantage, and a lot of it was Chamonix's start. 7 innings, allowed just 3 hits, 1 earned run, as the Mets were able to stake him to a 4-0 lead through the first 6 innings and hold on despite an RBI single for Bryce Harper and another one for Nick Castellanos. So that one now 2-1 advantage for the Mets as they head to game 4 tomorrow. We're just about ready for game 3 in San Diego. Solid pitching matchup ahead. Walker Buehler getting the ball for LA. Michael King for the Padres.
Buehler set to go. The right-hander kicks, fires, swung on and hit in the air to center field. Bellinger's got it. It's a complete game shutout for Walker Buehler, and the Dodgers win it 4-0.
Together by a single mission to cure your cancer. And now City of Hope is closer than ever, providing the cancer care all patients deserve. Learn more at cityofhope.org.
Hey, it's Andre Heath here. And when you shop at Superior Grocers, you always hit a home run. Superior has all your ball game favorites. Pick up guacamole and chips, made fresh in-house. No need for cooking with Superior Grocers' ready-to-eat party trays and ceviche. If you want quality ingredients for your recipes, it doesn't get any better than Superior's fresh produce while shopping for game day or any day.
A 4-pitch walk to Soto, and they're loaded for Aaron Judge. Judge cranks one, deep left field, a grand slam, and the Yankees have the lead. Right on cue. He snaps his longest homerless drought, and just like that, the Yankees are in front. What a shot that was. What a moment. That's bullshit. Hard to left field. Higashioka has Machado delivers this time. It's 3-1 San Diego. Merrill, center field. Harris back. He can't get it. San Diego has opened it up here in the second. They lead it 5-1. And what a shot from Merrill. There's a fly ball to right. And that is going to be way gone. Chourio sends one out of here to make it 3-0. Jackson Chourio with serious opposite field pop. Number 20 for the 20-year-old.
Youngest player in MLB history to record 20-plus homers, 20-plus stolen bases.
It's incredible. Fly ball to right field, sending Fernando back towards the wall. He leaps and makes the catch. Fernando made the grab and right. Why? Because he is Fernando. Time the leap, brings it down. Says no. Get ready for another bobblehead. That's a platinum glove at work. A good old-fashioned snatch it back. Broken now, right field, and Gunnar Henderson has gone yard again to start the game. And with that, Gunnar Henderson holds the new single-season title for home runs by an Orioles shortstop. Move over Cal and move over Miguel Tejada. It's now Gunnar Henderson's world. Let's one fly. Heads up in the upper deck. Shohei's on his way. That's number 54 for Ohtani. A 3-run Titanic shot.
I mean, I'm not even sure. So I'm going to marvel at the fact that he hit a 3-run home run. The guy is another planet. Yes, he's probably the greatest all-around baseball player to ever walk. I give all those accolades.
Mookie Betts still looking for a first hit in this series in right. Freddie Freeman is, in fact, back in the starting lineup. He's at first base. Teoscar Hernandez is in left. Max Muncy is at third base. Will Smith behind the plate doing the catching. Gavin Lux is at second base. Tommy Edman will patrol center field, and batting ninth and playing at shortstop is Miguel Rojas. Using 6 umpires in this ballgame in the postseason, Corey Blazer will work the plate. He'll call the balls and strikes. Dan Bellino, the crew chief, is at first. Trip Gibson at second. Adrian Johnson is over third. Down the left field line, Mark Reppinger. And it's John Lipkin down the right field line as we get set to go. It's going to be a raucous crowd. Game 3 of this series. Dodgers and the Padres having a play from downtown San Diego. Here's Steven. Thank you, Mo. Wherever you may be and however you may be listening, we welcome you behind enemy lines. Petco Park in San Diego. The Dodgers primed for a pivotal night against the Padres. All-time in best-of-5 series, tied at 1 after 2 games. The winner of Game 3 has gone on to win the series about 73% of the time. When the division series has been in this current 2-2-1 format, tied after 2 games, the club hosting Games 3 and 4 has won the series 29 of 44 times. Shohei Ohtani waiting to step into the left-handed batter's box as the Dodgers leadoff hitter against the starter, the right-hander Michael King, who's coming off a dazzling effort for the Padres against Atlanta in the wild card series. 7 shutout innings with 12 strikeouts and no walks. He's into his windup, his first pitch of the game. Ohtani takes a fastball outside and low, but called strike 1 by Corey Blazer. Ohtani was held hitless in Game 2, 0 for 4 with a couple of Ks. King's pitch even further outside, this one ball 1, leveling the count. That 0 for effort for Ohtani snapped a 13-game hitting streak going back to his torrid stretch to finish the regular season. On this 1-1, Ohtani swings through a changeup down below the zone near the dirt. It's 1-2, and Shohei is granted time. That's the pitch we talked about, Stephen, on the pregame show. That changeup, just a 183 average against.
And for King, he's going to throw a lot of off-speed pitches.
The 1-2 pitch. Ohtani watches ball too high, a sinker at 96.
Yeah, you can't just look for the sinker itself or the changeup. The other part, too, the Dodgers need to be selectively aggressive. Why? Well, first pitch of at-bats, it's been a .378 average against King.
Ohtani strikes out swinging, a sweeper from King. It's a K and the first out of the game. And as you can hear behind us, Petco Park is ablaze already. The yellow rally towels being waved furiously around. And the start of pregame ceremonies during which Dave Roberts received the loudest boos you can imagine in the city in which he resides. Now here's Mookie Betts. Bases empty, 1 out. Swings through a fastball at 96, strike 1 on a pitch north of the zone.
Off-balance swing at that. Betts is desperately trying to find it. You go back into postseason play. He's 0 for his last 22 in postseason. Trying to right the ship.
The pitch from King. Betts swings again and fouls away a sweeper to the right side. Quickly 2 strikes against Mookie.
We listened to Dave Roberts in the pregame talking to the media. A little surprised at one of the things he said. He says, we have to match their intensity. Well, hostile crowd, no question. Fired up Padres on top of it.
0-2 on Betts. King comes home and buzzes the tower of Mookie. 96 up and in, ball 1.
Is that a precursor to something off speed away?
Mookie coming off his 32nd birthday, celebrated yesterday. He'd like to celebrate his first postseason hit in forever, seemingly. A sweeper pulled away from Mookie. Padre fans wanted strike 3, didn't get it. It was a good call, an easy call for Blazer. 2-2.
That's the normal setup. High and tight, then low and away the breaking pitch.
Mookie 2 for 10 lifetime against King. Those 2 hits, both home runs. On 2-2. Betts holds off on another sweeper, even further away, and now the count is full. Freddie Freeman starting again despite that sore right ankle is ready on deck. No score, top of the first, 1 out, nobody on. A 3-2 pitch on the way to Mookie. King fires. Betts swings and hits it high in the air, left field and deep. Profar back on the track. He's at the wall in the corner. He jumps and he cannot make the catch.
Well, Betts is coming back towards foul territory. He thought he'd been robbed again.
He thought he was robbed for a second straight game. He was denied on Sunday, but not tonight. Mookie goes back around the bases, and now he can touch them all safely. A home run for Mookie. He snaps an 0 for 22 postseason drought and gives the Dodgers a 1-0 lead.
And he got a breaking ball in the payoff pitch, and Mookie Betts was as surprised at a home run as he was when he had the home run taken away from him on Sunday.
This one went in and out of the glove of Profar, nearly an identical play to game 2 for Betts. This time, the result went Mookie and the Dodgers' way. So a 1-0 lead for the Dodgers in game 3. Ball 1 thrown to Freddie Freeman. Now Freddie is popped up right field. Tatis coming in. Cronenworth going back. The second baseman will give way to the right fielder, who settles underneath out number 2.
Well, on that home run, that trip around the diamond, stopped by Daniels Jewelers. Just say home run for your free team bracelet, along with a $50 gift card towards any purchase of $99 or more. Daniels Jewelers own the dream. How strange was that, Stephen? Ball goes out of the ballpark. Mookie Betts between first and second made a left turn, was headed back to the third base dugout when the umpires notify him, no, it's a home run.
The way things have been going for him and the way things went on Sunday night with Profar, you can, I guess, understand why Mookie thought that was an out. Strike 1 to Teoscar Hernandez. 1-0 Dodgers. Bases empty, 2 gone in the first inning. Solo home run, Mookie Betts. How about it? Here's the pitch. Teo swings and chops a slider foul. 0-2.
Well, there's only quite a few number of outs left in this ballgame, but there was great speculation prior to this game about maybe the importance of the Dodgers of making a statement, if not to anybody else but themselves, to get out to an early lead. Well, that's exactly what they've done. 2 batters into the game.
2 strikes against Teoscar. The right-handed King on the first base side of the rubber. Steps back with his left foot, kicks and fires, and pulls a sweeper down and away from Teo. 1-2. Teoscar has hits in both games this series. He's 2 for 7 with a 2-run single
in Game 1. In Game 2, a base hit, a walk, a run scored, and a stolen base. Shoots back on a sinker that runs in towards his thighs. 2-2 count.
How about this? The last postseason hit for Mookie Betts, 2022, Game 3, here in San Diego in the first inning against the Padres.
The 2-2 pitch. Hernandez checks up on a fastball way high, 97 on the four-seamer from King. That'll be his third most used pitch. King primarily a sinker and changeup guy. He's added a sweeper this year, second variation of his slider. On 3-2, Teoscar watches ball 4. A 2-out walk for Teo, who's reached in every game this series.
Well, for King, he was so terrific, as you mentioned, that start that he had against Atlanta in the wild card. He became just the 5th pitcher in baseball with 10 strikeouts, no runs in postseason in Major League history. And he gives up a run and now a walk here in the opening frame.
Dodgers 1, Padres nothing. Hernandez on first, 2 gone. Max Muncy steps into the left side. King pitches, and Muncy swings at the first pitch, grounds it right to Arraez on one hop. He's right next to the bag. He steps on the bag for the third and final out. But Mookie Betts nearly got robbed again by Profar in the left field corner, but this time the left fielder couldn't make the catch. Mookie gets his home run and gives the Dodgers a 1-0 lead.
In the history of Dodger Stadium, there have been 19 total rainouts. Hi, I'm Dave Roberts, and last year's rain was one for the books, and it was LA County's.
Machado delivers this time. It's 3-1 San Diego. Merrill, center field. Harris back. He can't get it. San Diego has opened it up here in the second. They lead it 5-1. And what a shot from Merrill. Here's Alonso now. Lindor at third, Nimmo at first. The pitch. Swing and a ball drilled. Right field. Freeling back. At the wall. Out of here! It's out of here! Alonso an opposite field home run, and the Mets have the lead. Alonso, the polar bear, takes Devin Williams deep, and here in the ninth, the comeback kids have done it again.
High fly ball, a pop-up really, down the right field line in foul territory. Oh, what an effort by Jimenez as he goes flying into the netting. Jimenez caught that ball and got it back into the infield.
Unbelievable. No fear whatsoever, and they have called for the trainer to come down there. He is still into the seating area.
He swings, sends one high and deep to left. He's watching, so are 44,000 others. Oh, what a start for the Padres as Tatis leaves the building, and this place is on its feet. Padres lead it 2-0.
I'm telling you right now, Fernando Tatis did not wait. Saw the first pitch, and as soon as he hit it, he knew.
Padres lineup looks pretty similar to the first two games. A minor change. It's Arraez at first, Tatis in right, Profar in left. Manny Machado cleans up at third. The star center fielder, the rookie, batting fifth, in Jackson Merrill. Xander Bogaerts, despite leaving game 2 early with hamstring tightness, is starting at short. David Peralta elevated to 7th as the DH. Cronenworth and Higashioka round things out. Walker Buehler's first pitch to Arraez is a high fastball at 95, ball 1. Buehler's first start since he started the NLDS clincher against the Padres at home on the 26th of September. As Arraez slashes one into left center field. Edman on the run. He slides and makes the catch. Tommy Edman with a long run from center field to basically left field, Rick Monday. Slides and makes the play with Teo crossing in front of him for the first out. Spectacular.
I'll tell you what, this is a noisy crowd. point, if you've never played in a postseason game, you can't hear the guy sometimes standing right next to you yelling at the top of his lungs. There has to be a great trust, and that is a big, big play.
And now a big AB. Fernando Tatis Jr. bends back out of the way. Ball one, a sinker up and in from Buehler.
Good pitch. I mean, the people are booing, but, you know, Tatis is not a guy you can just leave up there and have a comfortable at bat.
Buehler goes back to a cutter this time, misses again, 2-0. And especially given Tatis and his history against Buehler, he's 9 for 29. That's a .310 batting average with 4 home runs. The pitch, swing and a miss. Good cutter on the bottom third of the zone from Buehler to get into the count.
4 postseason games, Tatis is only hitting .643 this year.
2-1. It's a breaking ball low. Buehler went to a slider and Tatis laid off 3-1.
So .643 in the 4 games. Of course, the 2 against Atlanta. He has 3 home runs and 7 runs batted in.
Buehler's 3-1 pitch. Tatis swings and chops one to the left side. Muncy charging in, has it in the glove. Clean transfer, good throw to Freddie Freeman. 2 gone.
I loved what Walker Buehler said when asked about pitching in tonight's ball game. I said, hey, look, in your history, you have been known as a big game pitcher. And his response was, and I quote, it's really the only thing I care about. And here he is on a big stage after coming back from another Tommy John surgery and other setbacks this year.
Jurickson Profar sends it into the screen behind home plate. Foul ball makes it 0-1. It is 1-0 Dodgers here with the bases empty and 2 out in the bottom of the first inning. Mookie Betts with a home run. Give the Dodgers this early edge. Buehler's 0-1 pitch. Way high on a fastball into the glove of Smith. Ball 1.
Profar, Steven, one of those guys that can kind of get overlooked in the Padres lineup. But he just had himself just a huge year in coming back. And he helps set the stage in between Tatis and Machado.
The 1-1 pitch. Outside, tails away. Yeah, Profar signed a 1-year, $1 million base salary with the Padres, and he became an all-star this year. Hit .280 in the regular season, an OPS of .839. On the 2-1, Profar shoots out of the way of a yank cutter. Nearly hit him in the midsection. 3 balls and a strike. Profar one time was the top prospect in all of baseball. It took him a decade to really figure things out in this 11th season. The 3-1 from Buehler. Popped him up. Right up with the middle of the diamond. Miguel Rojas waiting for it to fall, and it drops into his glove as he's on the edge of the dirt. It's a 1-2-3 bottom of the first for Walker Buehler. A 0 in the bottom of the first. So the first.
Dylan Cease. Abrams to right field. Johnson coming in. He makes the catch. No hits for the Nats. Dylan Cease throws a no-hitter. The second no-hitter in Padres history. There'll be a sea of San Diegans celebrating back home today.
Dylan Cease has no-hit the Washington Nationals. On a rainy Thursday in D.C., the Padres will celebrate.
Play flagged down by Hoskins, leads over to Payamp, safe. We're tied up at 4. Vientos laces one the other way. It's a 2-run single for Vientos, and the Mets have a 6-4 lead. Grounds one through the right side. That's a base hit. JD Martinez off the bench knocks in 2, and the Mets have opened up an 8-4 lead. Here's Alonso now. Lindor at third, Nimmo at first. The pitch. Swing and a ball drilled. Right field. Frelick back at the wall. Out of here! It's out of here! Alonso an opposite field home run, and the Mets have the lead. Pete Alonso, the polar bear, takes Devin Williams deep. And here in the ninth, the comeback kicks and one fly. Heads up in the upper deck. Shohei's on his way. That's number 54 for Ohtani. A 3-run Titanic shot.
I mean, I'm not even sure. So I'm going to marvel at the fact that he hit a 3-run home run. The guy is another planet. Yes, he's probably the greatest all-around baseball player to ever walk. I give all those accolades.
There's always that opportunity, yeah, but I think you have to throw at least one of them. Line down the left field line, it is a fair ball. 1 run scores. 2-run score.
For a moment, went into the glove of Profar, who leaped at the wall into that corner about 342 feet down the left field line. He jumped but couldn't keep it in the glove. So a solo blast for Mookie. All the damage for either side in the first. Will Smith will start the second. And swinging through a fastball from Michael King, strike one. Smith is 0 for 4 in the series, but has walked 4 times, twice in each game. King at the letters, drops it to his belt, into his windup. And Smith takes a pitch this time, a sinker that just clipped the outside corner. We've seen some width to the zone on both sides of the plate so far tonight from Corey Blazer. Not an extreme amount, just a little bit, something to monitor. The 0-2, way high on a heater at 95, 1-2.
From a hitter standpoint, King throws around his body. By that I'm talking about he works off the first base side of the pitching slant. His stride is really towards the on-deck circle, not directly towards home plate.
The pitch. Smith strikes out, swinging. Second K for King. Ohtani and now Smith. 1 out in the top of the second inning. I mean, King has Will's number. Smith is now 2 for 12 with 7 Ks. So Gavin Lux will step in. 1 out, nobody on. 1-0 Dodgers. King, the first-year Padre, was a huge part of the Juan Soto deal with the Yankees in the offseason. Lux swings at the first pitch, grounds it to second. Cronenworth on the backhand, throws across his body on the run. On the money, 2 away.
Well, I mentioned that for Michael King, on the first pitches of at bats, he's given up a very high average, over 370. So that's the 3rd time already the Dodgers have had the first swing put into play.
Bases empty, 2 out. Tommy Edman. Edman has more hits in this series than he had the final 8 games of the regular season combined. He's 3 for 7 with a run and a stolen base. Well, a couple of stolen bases, in fact. Well, Edman batting from the left side against the right-handed King, who delivers. Tommy takes strike 1, a fastball that just got the outside corner in the right-handed batter's box. King in his last 22 starts, he allowed 2 or fewer runs in 19 of them. Broken back ground ball right back to King on 1 hop. Straight up on the mound, he takes his time, throwing it over to Arraez. It's a 1-2-3 second for King. 1.5 innings gone at Petco Park. It's still 1-0 Dodgers.
When you want Dodgers, the only home is AM 570 LA Sports.
Our favorite team.
In the visitor's bullpen, a judgy at last. All right, here comes the judge.
2-0, there's a swing and a high fly ball towards the right field corner. Fair or foul towards the pole. It's off the pole and gone. Pavin Smith, his 5th of the year. Pavin swing, that's belted. Deep left field. Alvarez turns, walks, it's gone.
Second home run. Hang on, he's done it again. Pavin Smith, 3 homers.
And Lindor gets under one to center field. Harris going back. It's back near the wall. And it's out of here. Linsanity again.
two-run homer, and the Mets go in front 8-7. Oh, wow.
Oh, boy. And that will set the stage for Xavier Edwards. Selfishly looking for a single to complete the cycle. Towards short, Adames has it, gets rid of it quick, and he's safe! It's a single, and it's a cycle!
The second ever cycle in Marlins franchise history belongs to Xavier Edwards. It took 30 years. Arraez and now Edwards.
There's a fly ball to right. And that is going to be way gone. Churio sends one out of here to make it 3-0. Jackson Churio with serious opposite field pop. Number 20 for the 20-year-old.
Youngest player MLB history to record 20-plus homers, 20-plus stolen bases.
Well, they can say that they're moving past it, but trust me, this is a competition right here. There's no love lost on either side.
Chance of Manny here at Petco Park. Walker Buehler has to disengage, and he reaches to the right side of his temple, trying to...
Well, he's going to get caught for a pitch violation as a result. If you're having trouble with the pitch count, you have to notify the umpire.
Buehler did not do that clearly enough, so it's 1-0 before Buehler throws a pitch. Here it is. It's a 96-mile-per-hour fastball pulled toward the left-handed batter's box, away from the righty Machado. 2-0.
Not bad velocity so far with Buehler, 96.
The pitch. Machado swings. He's a little late on that fastball at 94. 2-1. Machado is 2 for 10 in the series with a 2-run home run in game number 1. Was 1 for 5 on Sunday with a run and a strikeout. The 2-1 pitch coming. Grounded left side and through. Between Rojas and Lux. On the shortstop side of second base is a leadoff single for Manny Machado. He now has a 4-game hitting streak. Nothing Dodgers. 1 on, nobody out for the Padres in the second. Now here's Jackson Merrill, who is trouble. The rookie sensation. Swings at the first pitch, rolls it foul on the first base side.
And for Merrill also, I mean, what he's done is just rather remarkable, including his first postseason. He's hitting a cool .429. You combine this series with the series against the Braves.
Buehler beats him with 95 up and in, getting a swing and a miss, strike 2.
And that pitch, that delivered a message right there. Is that the vulnerable spot to Merrill? He has not shown too many pitches that he's had difficulty with until then.
And Buehler put him away. His 0-2 pitch. It is a pulled heater at 94, 1-2.
And they try to come back up and in again.
He swings and misses. Were a rarity for Buehler against the Padres in his last regular season start against them in September. Just 3 of them. Pick off attempt unsuccessful. Freeman's swipe lower back of Machado, but was a little late. So first disengagement for Buehler. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Merrill. Pitch comes home, and Merrill rolls it to Freddie. On the ground, he throws to second, and it gets by Rojas into left field. Freddie was throwing from his knees on the grass at first base, and now everybody is safe.
I just wonder if that ball did not glance off of Machado going into the bag. Rojas is trying to plead his case.
Miguel Rojas is talking with the second base umpire, Trip Gibson.
Yeah, but the runner has right away in the baseline.
Oh, he comes onto the grass.
Yeah.
Machado ran onto the grass.
Exactly. He has right away in the baseline, but not if you're running in the grass. Although the grass, remember, is a little bit closer cut to the foul lines this year, including in between the bases. That's a big, big break now for San Diego.
Huge break. It's first and third, nobody out. Now Xander Bogaerts, who is wielding a red-hot bat. First pitch fouled away. A cutter brings about strike one. Hey, and a credit to Manny Machado. That's a smart thing to do. A ground ball to Freddie Freeman at first. He had it on the backhand. Tried to get the lead runner Machado. And Manny came onto the grass. He was not called out by the second base umpire. Pick off attempt from Buehler on Merrill. Not close. And Petco Park doesn't like that. Machado now stretching out at third base next to their coach Tim Leeper. Takes the lead. Dodger infield back and shifted over to the left side to the right-handed Bogaerts. Ground ball. Rojas is not going to get the out at second or first, and Machado scores. So Rojas on a ground ball to short, had it in his glove, tried to beat Merrill to the bag. The rookie slid in safely, then the throw to first did not get Bogaerts either. So once again, a ball that didn't leave the infield, Mo. Everybody's safe, and now the game is tied. Some really tough luck for Walker Buehler.
Yeah, and 2 consecutive plays, just bad decisions.
And now the game is tied, and Petco Park is back into it. Walker Buehler did his job. He got soft contact on the ground in the Dodger infield, as essentially made a mess at the bottom of the second.
Well, Lux did not get to the bag. Normally, you look at a ground ball hit from the shortstop, second baseman is going to be there.
Yep. Mark Pryor's mound visit complete. It was a consultation on the mound brought to you by Jacoby Myers, the official law firm of the Dodgers. For a free consultation, call 1-800-5-million, because everyone deserves justice. And Walker Buehler was a little upset with Corey Blaze, the home plate umpire, came out to break up the meeting. I'm not sure he was upset about breaking up the meeting. I think Buehler was having a piece of his mind about something else. But it was a throw from Freeman that hit off the shoulder of Manny Machado, went into left field. And then a miscommunication and a misplay by Rojas and Lux up the middle. What could have been 2 double play balls, no outs, and now first and second. Swing and a miss, strike one on David Peralta.
Well, at the very worst, you've got to make sure that you get one on that play. The Dodgers just basically let the sand go right through their fingers.
Buehler out of the stretch, the 0-1. It's a curveball down and in. Level 1-1 count. Peralta fouls it back. Advantage goes to Buehler. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
David, this is where teams are vulnerable. I'm just looking down. Nobody out. Run across. Runners at first and second. And I'm seeing a Dodger team right now defensively. They're doing a lot of standing around.
The 1-2 pitch. And Peralta pulls it left field, hooking toward the pole. It hooks foul down the right field line.
And by standing around, I'm talking about it's a foul ball. I'm not seeing guys that are moving in that direction one way or another. If it's fouled off to the left, it's fouled off to the right.
Still 1-2, 1-1 game. Peralta, ground ball, fair ball beyond a diving Freddie Freeman into the right field corner. 1 run will score. Bogaerts being waved around. There won't be a relay home. San Diego has the lead. A 2-run double from the old Dodger. David Peralta makes it 3-1 Padres.
Well, a lot of things, and before the wheels fall off the buggy, the Dodgers need to get back on track. Buehler was not backing up home plate. It was like a triple cutoff man, and that's never something that's practiced with the pitcher in between the cutoff man, between first and home plate.
Not clean baseball here in the bottom of the second, clearly. And still no outs. Peralta on second, strike 1 to Cronenworth in the 8th spot of the order. There was a leadoff single for Manny Machado, and then Merrill and Bogaerts both hit soft ground balls that didn't leave the infield. But the Dodgers couldn't make plays, and now it's 3-1. Brutal. Strike 1 called, the changeup on the outside corner, 0-2 for the Padres second baseman. Second straight game that David Peralta has a 2-run extra base hit. It was a home run on Sunday, a double here tonight. Curveball down in the dirt, bounces in front of Smith. Peralta holds on second, 1-2. When you're on the road, those are the kinds of things, especially in the postseason, that cannot happen. And they happen on consecutive plays. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Buehler comes home. Cronenworth swats it left side. Rojas on the back end with the stop. No throw. He's safe. Another infield hit. This one was actually a tougher play. Rojas with a torn adductor. He's limping around out there. Freeman's hobbled at first base. And Mo, this inning begs the question. At what point are those two guys in the field playing through injuries, maybe doing too much? That was a ground ball to Rojas' backhand. It was a brilliant play to stop it.
Well, that's the physical part. The Dodgers had not played a mentally strong inning right here. They're still looking for the first out.
And now Buehler, through 12 pitches in the first inning, is up to 30 in the game. Nearly. He pulls a cutter, ball 1 to Higashioka. So he's at 19 in the second and still without an out. And you feel for Walker Buehler. A 1-0 pitch, runners at the corners. Dodgers now trailing 3-1. Another one misses the zone, 2-0. And here comes Dave Roberts. And I think he's bringing Thomas Albert. They want to check him to go Rojas.
Yep.
And Rojas is noticeably limping. Again, he's playing through a torn adductor, an injury that will require surgery in the offseason. And Rojas has been trying to tough it out. But he's had to go to his left. He's had to go to his right.
And even though he's in pain, he made a diving backhanded stop right there to save a run. He's giving everything that he has.
No doubt. And you certainly respect the toughness that he and Freddie Freeman are both showing. And they're going to leave Rojas in there. I'm surprised given how he's been moving.
That's because Miguel Rojas is going to keep himself in there.
Padres 3, Dodgers 1. First and third, nobody out in the bottom of the second. The first 5 have reached, 3 have scored here in this second frame. Higashioka chases a high fastball at 96, way above the zone, 2 balls and a strike.
Right side of the infield is wide open.
Higashioka has been on a power surge for the Padres. He's got a 7-game hitting streak. He's got a 4-game or 5-game, extra base hitting streak. Double and 3 homers this postseason. So he may be the catcher, and maybe the number 9 hitter. But that's a bat in there. High fly ball, center field. Edman on the run. In front of the warning track, he tails back in and makes the catch. Peralta will tag and score. It's a sac fly for Higashioka. And now a 4-1 San Diego lead.
The only good thing that came out of that was the fact that Cronenworth, and for reasons only he knows, why he did not go back and tag up at first and go to second base. Ball hit deep enough almost to the warning track in right center field. Yeah, Cronenworth went 3/4 away to second base.
Lineup turns over. Strike 1 called to Arraez, and a good cutter from Walker Buehler. The Dodger deficit is now 3. 4 runs for the Padres here in the bottom of the second. Still only 1 out. Strike 2 called. The fastball that just clipped the corner down and away from the lefty Arraez, the 3-time batting champ. Pitch is in the dirt. Curveball that Arraez did not chase. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Buehler now at 25 pitches here in the second inning. A 1-2 pitch to Arraez. Popped up on the infield left side. Muncy will give way to Rojas. Now 5 feet back from the grass. That's short. There's out number 2.
Hey, friends, you can wear what the players are wearing on the field during the postseason, so check out the largest selection of authentic jerseys, caps, hoodies, T-shirts, and a whole lot more. Just visit MLBshop.com for your favorite postseason Dodgers gear.
Here's Fernando Tatis Jr. First pitch swinging. High fly ball right field in foul ground. Mookie Betts is going to run out of room as that tail's out of play. Not close to the pole. Down the right field line. So a high strike. 4 runs for San Diego here in the bottom of the second. Dodgers trailing by 3. Tatis 0 for 1. He grounded out to third his first time up, and Buehler beats him with a 95-mile-per-hour sinker with some movement, nothing in 2. The pitch. Tatis torches one. Left field. Forget about it. Off the scoreboard. And an electronic scoreboard on the second deck facade. A 2-run tank from Tatis Jr. His 4th home run of the postseason. It's a 6-run eruption at Petco Park and a 5-run Padre lead. An absolute disaster of the second inning for the Dodgers.
Well, Tatis got a good look at it. He didn't leave the batter's box until the ball landed.
I mean, with 2 strikes against him, that caught way too much of the plate. I mean, that was nearly middle. Profar takes strike 1. Fastball down the middle.
Well, in this half inning alone, the Dodgers have not played or pitched like they have in order to get the postseason.
31st pitch of the inning. Strike 2 called on Profar. Bases empty, 2 gone. 6-1 San Diego. Can Buehler get out of it? Swatted to the left side. Muncy runs to his right on the backhand. Throws on the run. The stretch. Not in time. Profar is safe. Another infield hit. Padres have batted around in the second. Here's Manny Machado.
If you think we've seen some big swings so far, check these out, because if Machado gets anything close to the middle of the plate, he's going to unleash a mighty swing.
First pitch swinging. High. Fly ball, shallow center field. Lux going back. Edman coming in. Who's got it? Tommy Edman calls off Lux at the last second. But the Padres bat around. 6 runs on 5 hits, 1 Dodger error, a couple more misplays and miscommunications. A debacle of a second for the Dodgers. We go to the 3rd inning.
LA's best sports star.
That's a good endorsement there.
AM 570 LA Sports.
Freddie Freeman here. When it comes to our...
Ohtani pitches in the 3rd. Ohtani stolen 2nd. 43rd for Ohtani. Driven the other way. Gurriel on the trap. Gurriel to the wall. It's gone. Shohei with another shot. His 43rd. One of each tonight. Make it 43 and 43 in his hunt for history. That one is blasted deep to right field, and the Phillies get this road trip off on a good note. It's his 12th leadoff home run of the year. Oh, man, he drills one to deep right field, and that one is gone. His 2nd home run of the game, and a high fly ball in deep right field. They've come all the way back. Kyle Schwarber's 3rd home run of the night. Unbelievable.
You talk about
making a statement.
So far at second, nobody out for Manny Machado.
Machado hits one to right center field. Back goes Rodriguez looking up. Manny Machado stands alone as the Padres all-time home run leader. Man, oh man, oh Manny, you are number one in Padres history. Two-run shot, 429 feet, and history tonight in Seattle.
Fly ball, a pop-up really, down the right field line in foul territory. Oh, what an effort by Jimenez as he goes flying into the netting. Jimenez caught that ball and got it back into the infield.
Unbelievable. No fear whatsoever, and they have called for the trainer to come down there. He is still into the seating area.
One out away for Dylan Cease. Abrams to right field. Johnson coming in. He makes the catch. No hits for the Nats. Dylan Cease throws a no-hitter. The second no-hitter in Padres history. There'll be a sea of San Diegans celebrating.
There's a spot that, Dave Roberts was saying before. It says we need to match their intensity. Well, that's an uphill sprint right now.
We'll see what the team is made of. Rojas leads off. Ohtani on deck. Ball one from Michael King. Dodgers trail by 5. A lot of baseball left. Only the top of the third. But hard not to be extremely disappointed from what just happened. There's a strike from King. A fastball at 94. Just got the inside corner.
Well, the other part, too, is that during that disastrous half inning, no one was throwing in the Dodgers bullpen.
Nope. The pitch. Rojas, ground ball, base hit up the middle, nobody home. The Dodgers, look, Mo, you made this point the other night. You can't hit a 3-run homer on one swing.
Nope.
You can't do everything all at once. But what you can do is chip away when you do your job. And so a leadoff base hit, that's at least a good start.
Exactly. The Dodgers have a couple of guys, they're playing in pain right now. You can see that's a base hit. And Rojas was limping going down the first base line. But you know what? He's going to gut it out. He's in there.
Lineup turns over. Here's Ohtani, who struck out swinging leading off the game. King out of the stretch. Crossfire delivery out of a closed stance. Missed with a changeup up and away. Ball one.
You notice the difference in defense? Padres in between pitches and they're moving around. The Dodgers, well, they look like they were waiting for a bus in the bottom of the second.
The 1-0 pitch. Ohtani takes a sinker atop the zone, called strike one. Petco Park buzzing after a 6 spot in the second for San Diego. Padres up by 5 here in game 3. 1 on, nobody out. A 1-1 pitch on the way. Ohtani shatters his bat and a little blooper down into left center field. So the first 2 on for the Dodgers in the top of the third.
That's the changeup, and Ohtani out in front of it, hit right off the end of the bat.
You could hear the bat. That went off like a pregame firework or postgame firework. Splinters being collected on the diamond. So now first and second, no outs. Here's Mookie Betts, who started the game with a much-needed home run. It nearly was deja vu in left field for Betts with Profar trying to make a play. But unlike Sunday, here tonight, Profar had it go in and out of his glove. First pitch high. Ball one on Mookie.
For Betts, it has to come up to home plate now and say, okay, this is the new Mookie Betts this year. It's nothing new in his career. He's always been at the forefront. Okay, now go ahead, breathe, let it go.
King looks at Rojas on second, comes home. Mookie swings and misses his slider down and away. 1-1. So happy 32nd birthday, Mookie. That was yesterday when he and Brian family of the Dodgers celebrated. Here tonight, he celebrated his first hit in 22 postseason ABs. The pitch. Mookie hits it hard, right center field. That's going to get down. The Dodgers go station to station. Shohei saw the sign late. He's got to get back to second, and he does. Shohei was trying to go first to third, but Dino Ebel with the hobbled Miguel Rojas running from second held Mickey Rowe at third, and now Dave Roberts again coming out with Thomas Albert. And this time, I don't think Rojas is going to stay in.
He's having trouble just walking off the field. I mean, he's given everything that he has.
And Rojas takes off his helmet and is limping off. Andy Pages is running on, and you know Miggy Rowe has to be in some awful pain for him to come out of this game. The Dodgers have the bases loaded, nobody out in the top of the third. Freddie Freeman coming up, but Miguel Rojas with a runner on second. Mookie with a base hit. If you have a healthy runner, they're probably scoring on that play, Mo. But Rojas playing through a torn adductor. That's a tear near his groin. And now he's on the bench. His new platinum blonde hair, and he's grimacing in an immense amount of pain that forces him out of Game 3 and perhaps this postseason. We hope not.
Well, I don't know how you rebound. I mean, everything is torn. The muscles in there. The Dodgers, meanwhile, okay, you can close the gap, but you've got to keep the conga line going. Evidently, the Dodgers have a better idea how to do against King than what Atlanta did his last outing.
First pitch, Freddie Freeman watches away, a sinker, ball one. There was a consultation on the mound for King. It was brought to you by Jacoby Myers, the official law firm of the Dodgers. Get a free consultation by calling 1-800-5-MILLION. Everyone deserves justice. Here's the pitch. Freddie with the swing, left field, sinking down. Popar coming in, and he makes the catch. Pages was not tagging, and so all runners hold. It was a hot shot to left field, a sinking line drive, not particularly deep, Mo, and Profar's throw ended up being a good one. So not sure that if Pages was tagging that it would have mattered.
Well, you just can't gamble in a spot like that, and especially Profar, even though he was moving towards the foul line, and most of his momentum was coming towards home plate, which would really kind of strengthen the throw that he would have.
And honestly, that was a fortunate out for Michael King. The contact has been growing louder here in the top of the third. Still loaded. We're now one out. Teoscar Hernandez watches a first pitch strike, 96 at the knees. Teo thought that was a little low. Gets on the same page with the home plate umpire, steps back into the right side. Dodgers trailing 6-1. This is a golden opportunity to chip into the deficit, though. And that's a swing and a miss, 96, this time elevated. Quickly 0-2. The bases were loaded, nobody out. Now they're loaded with one. In danger of a second. Hernandez behind 0-2. King comes set. That's downstairs and inside, ball one. So Pages now on third base after replacing Rojas. Ohtani on second, Betts on first. King steps off the mound, now sweeps with his right foot. Goes to his belt in the pitch comm to get on the same page with Kyle Higashioka, the catcher. And now Teoscar asks for time, and he's granted. Steps back in with his right foot. Taps the plate with his bat, twirls it around. Getting ready for this 1-2 pitch. Here it is. And Hernandez gets a piece of a sinker running down and in toward him to stay alive.
Different Michael King than what we saw in the first inning, where he had to face in that first inning 5 different batters. Yes, the home run by Betts, and then there was a walk. He went full count 3-2 to 3 different batters. Well, he's not gotten to a 3-ball count since the first.
Another 1-2. Hernandez hits a high fly ball, center field. Merrill going back. He's on the warning track at the wall. Gone and grand. Teoscar Hernandez barking down the first baseline. A grand slam, and the Dodgers are right back in it. Teo absolutely launched one to dead center field. And it's now 6-5. 403 feet. His first postseason home run as a Dodger.
Steven, the Dodgers just did what Dave Roberts was saying they had to do. Match the intensity. And with that grand slam, the Dodgers, well, they feel that they're back in this ball game. Now it's a 1-run contest.
Max Muncy stares at a ball outside, way outside on a sweeper. And it was Teoscar Hernandez who told David Bassett the other night he dreamed of being in this spot. Who helps them throw a furious uppercut to get back in this fight. 2-0 to Muncy. Bases empty. Now 6-5. Still only one out. The pitch. Muncy leans into it thinking it was low. It caught the edge to get strike one. The 6th grand slam in Dodgers postseason history. Check swing for Muncy. He went around. He dropped to a knee trying to hold up but could not. So now it's a square count, 2-2.
So it's Messrs. Say, Baker, Loney, Teoscar Hernandez, Max Muncy, the last to do it, 2020. And now Teoscar Hernandez.
After time was granted, Muncy digs back in. And what's now suddenly a one-run game. The pitch from King. And Muncy down swinging. Missed on a changeup that dropped off the table. There's the second out of the third inning.
Well, on that grand slam, a huge trip around the diamond. So stop by any one of the Daniels Jewelers locations. Say home run. In fact, if you want to add grand slam for your free team bracelet, along with a $50 gift card towards any purchase of $99 or more. Daniels Jewelers. Own the dream.
Will Smith batting with 2 out, nobody on. First pitch strike. A sinker just got the corner up and in on Smith. Will 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Teoscar Hernandez with a grand slam home run to bring the Dodgers back to life at 6-5 San Diego. Smith holds up on a slider downstairs and outside. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Smith takes high, 94 from King. 2 balls and a strike. King now at 50 pitches in the game. He threw 20 in the first, just 7 in the second. The Dodgers put him back to work here in the third. On 2-1, Smith swings and chops one to third. Machado sees it into the backhand of his glove. Low throw dug out by Arraez at first, who kind of stares at Machado after making the play. That ends the top of the third inning. But not before Teo time. A grand slam home run from Teoscar Hernandez. And the Dodgers down by only 1. It's 6-5 with the bottom of the third up next.
The exclusive home of the Dodgers.
AM 570 LA Sports.
Keep the Major League winning.
High fly ball, left field. Cows are back. He's on the track. See ya! Home run number 58. A towering drive.
Judge hit an unbelievably high drive. We waited, and it came down in the visitors' bullpen. A Judgian blast. All right, here comes the Judge.
Down the line. Hit well. And out of here.
And now we want to find out if that went into the water.
Because if it did, there's never been a right-handed hitter that has done it since this ballpark opened its doors in 2000. And they're telling us in the truck that he indeed did have a splash hit. And that is the first one ever by a right-handed hitter.
That will set the stage for Xavier Edwards. Selfishly looking for a single to complete the cycle. Towards short, Adames has it, gets rid of it quick, and he's safe! It's a single, and it's a cycle! The second ever cycle in Marlins franchise history belongs to Xavier Edwards. It took 30 years, Arraez, and now Edwards.
I was glad to see Luis want to hit. Yeah, I can't see him sitting out.
Is this going to
Get in there, get in there!
It will. Same where the other went the other night. 2 of them. He had a double and a triple on that same spot the other night. And he's got himself a double here to lead it off.
And look at his teammates. I think his teammates know as well. They want that ball. Get that ball back in. It's worth another look. Change up and away to the pull side.
It's 3-1 San Diego. Merrill, center field. Harris back. He can't get it. San Diego has opened it up here in the second. They lead it 5-1. And what a shot from Merrill.
80 degrees, Chris Dorn. And he knows that he didn't pitch particularly well. The Dodgers did not play particularly well. And now they get a chance, well, they can right the ship.
First pitch high and a fastball to Jackson Merrill. 5, 6, and 7 for San Diego here in the home half of the third inning.
This is a big inning for Walker Buehler to come back and answer after that the last inning.
Into his windup. Pulls ball 2 on a changeup. The Padres batted around in the sixth. 6 runs, 5 hits, 1 Dodger error tallied. You could argue that there were misplays. That one's hit high in the air, shallow left field, in foul ground. Muncy going back from third. Teo is there as well, and Teoscar makes the catch.
Wow, he ran a country mile just to get to that baseball.
So Teoscar doing it on both sides of the ball. It looked like it might get into the first row in foul territory, and Teoscar ran it down, made the catch right before he made contact with the foul wall.
The other defensive changes, Tommy Edman moves into shortstop because of the injury to Rojas, had to be removed from the game, and Eddie Paz slides into center field.
First pitch just missed. A fastball to Xander Bogaerts, ball 1. 95 on the four-seam fastball from Walker. 33 pitches in that lengthy second inning. His 50th pitch of the night is called a strike atop the zone. And now you're thinking about that home run to Fernando Tatis Jr. It was an 0-2 middle fastball. You're ahead of Tatis, who owns you. If you're Walker Buehler, and you give him an 0-2 heater in the middle, just an odd pitch selection, and obviously not the execution he wanted, as he misses to Bogaerts. Now 2 balls and a strike. But still, just a 1-run game. 6-5 San Diego, as Buehler misses again inside with a fastball this time. 3-1 on Bogaerts.
This is grand slam territory for Teoscar. He's just checking around. He had a grand slam here in this ballpark on the 11th of May.
The 3-1 pitch coming. Bogaerts swings through, strike 2. The series tied at 1. The game's difference is 1. 6-5 Padres, 1 out, nobody on. Here comes Walker's payoff. Bogaerts hits it hard, but on the ground right at Edman. On a hop, he gathers it on the ground. Throw to Freddie Freeman. There's out number 2.
Bogaerts was not going to pull the muscle going down the first baseline either.
And we saw him leave game 2 with what looked like a severe hamstring injury. He hit a home run, and despite pulling that hamstring afterwards, Mike Schultz said it was just dehydration, which I guess is really fortunate news for the Padres, because from our vantage point, oh gosh, something must have popped. David Peralta popped again, and he swings at the first pitch, grounds it up the middle, but to a waiting Tommy Edman from the cut of the grass, he spins and fires to retire Peralta. A 1-2-3 third for Walker Buehler and the Dodger defense. 6-5 San Diego as this game moves along to the 4th.
AM 570.
LA's best.
Pirates, no runs, no hits, 1 error. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Ohtani, 7 no-hit innings.
Nate Pearson, the new pitcher on the mound, is a bouncer to short, fielded by Swanson. He'll throw to first to get him.
8 no-hit innings. Porter Hodge on the mound.
Down to their last chance.
Grounder to short. Dansby to first. There it is.
A combined no-hitter for the Chicago Cubs.
Here's Alonso now. Lindor at third, Nimmo at first. The pitch. Swing and a ball drilled. Right field. Freeling back at the wall. Out of here! It's out of here! Alonso an opposite field home run, and the Mets have the lead. Pete Alonso, the polar bear, takes Devin Williams deep, and here in the 9th, the comeback kids have done it again. 1 out away for Dylan Cease. Abrams to right field. Johnson coming in. He makes the catch. No hits for the Nats. Dylan Cease throws a no-hitter. The second no-hitter in Padres history. There'll be a sea of San Diegans celebrating back home today.
Dylan Cease has no hit the Washington Nationals. On a rainy Thursday in D.C., the Padres will celebrate.
There goes Ohtani. Pitches in the dirt. Ohtani stolen second. 43rd for Ohtani. Driven the other way. Gurriel on the trap. Gurriel on the wall. It's gone! Shohei with another shot. His 43rd. One of each tonight. Make it 43 and 43 in his hunt for history. Let's one fly. Heads up in the upper deck. Shohei's on his way. That's number 54 for Ohtani. A 3-run Titanic shot.
I mean, I'm not even sure. So I'm going to marvel at the fact that he hit a 3-run home run. The guy is another planet. Yes, he's probably the greatest all-around.
King 52 pitches, 32 strikes for Walker Buehler, 55 pitches, 36 in the strike zone. Even the stadium now has taken on a different flavor since the Dodgers have closed the gap.
Gavin Lux leading off, watching strike one on a sweeper hitting the outer third. It's been a roller coaster 3 innings here in game number 3. Excited to see what the next turn is as Lux pops back. A high fly ball down the left field side, and that will get out of play. Manny Machado was there, but reached into the netting. The ball got on the other side of it. So it's 0-2 on Gavin, who grounded out to second his first time up.
That's their 5th consecutive season that they are facing a National League Western Division opponent in the National League Division Series. Padres in 2020, Giants in 21, Padres in 22, Diamondbacks 23, and San Diego again this year.
2 strikes against Lux. Here's the pitch from King, and Gavin will take it to left center field. It's tailing over to Profar, who runs in for the first out of the 4th.
Late start by Profar.
He read it off the bat. He thought maybe it was going towards Merrill. Those two are talking about it right now. No harm, no foul in the Padre outfield. 1 gone and nobody on. Here's Tommy Edman.
For ball clubs that come back, now the question is, look, stay to the game plan. Keep the energy going.
Ground ball, first base side. Arraez with one heck of a stop to his left, hugging the line. I mean, we've seen a handful of plays on defense with a man known for his bat. 3 straight batting titles. Luis Arraez with another strong stop with the glove, taking an extra base hit away from Tommy Edman.
Yeah, someone evidently forgot to tell Arraez that his defense until this series has not been what you consider showcase.
It has been in this series, there's no doubt. 2 out, here's Andy Pages for the first time. Pages replaced Miguel Rojas. Injury substitution. Rojas playing with a torn adductor, had a base hit leading off the 3rd, and it came out after tweaking it further, running the bases. 1 ball, 1 strike on Pages. He's now in the number 9 spot of the order. The pitch. Pages pushes it in the air to right field. Tatis will drift back in front of the warning track about 15 feet. He makes the catch. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4th inning, so it's been seesaw for Michael King as well. 1, 2, 3 in the 2nd, 1, 2, 3 in the 4th, but the Dodgers are...
That one is blasted deep to right field, and the Phillies get this road trip off on a good note. It's his 12th leadoff home run of the year. Oh, man, he drills one to deep right field, and that one is gone. His 2nd home run of the game, and a high fly ball in deep right field. They've come all the way back. Kyle Schwarber's 3rd home run of the night. Unbelievable.
You talk about making a statement.
1 out away for Dylan Cease. Abrams to right field. Johnson coming in. He makes the catch. No hits for the Nats. Dylan Cease throws a no-hitter. The second no-hitter in Padres history. There'll be a sea of San Diegans celebrating back home today.
Dylan Cease has no-hit the Washington Nationals. On a rainy Thursday in D.C., the Padres will celebrate.
80 degrees, crystal clear skies. We start the bottom of the first.
And a high fly ball to deep right center field. The Phillies have the lead. And Kyle Schwarber has the Major League season record for leadoff home runs. He now has 14. It is 1-0 Phillies.
What else can you say? The man is just absolutely incredible.
There's always that opportunity, yeah, but I think you have to throw at least one of them. Line down the left field line, it is a fair ball. 1 run scores. 2 runs score. Everybody scores. It's a bases clearing. Big pinch hit for Arraez, and it is 5-2 Detroit. Oh my goodness, what a big hit off the bench off of Josh Hader.
Here's Alonso now. Lindor at third, Nimmo at first. The pitch. Swing and a ball drilled. Right field. Freeling back at the wall. Out of here! It's out of here! Alonso an opposite field home run, and the Mets have the lead. Pete Alonso, the polar bear, takes Devin Williams deep. And here in the ninth, the comeback kids have done it again. Right field, and Gunnar Henderson has gone yard again to start the game. And with that, Gunnar Henderson...
Zeros and give the Dodger offense a chance to tie this game up and obviously, ideally, take the lead. First pitch of the fourth is a strike to Cronenworth. A curveball at the bottom of the zone.
Well, neither one of these ball clubs in postseason play, neither ones have easy outs at the bottom of the order, but boy, you want to get 2 quick outs here to avoid the top of the order with runners on.
Buehler pulls a fastball, 1 ball, 1 strike to Cronenworth. But an infield single and a run scored in the first. Cronenworth slashes one foul. Advantage goes to Walker in the count, 1-2. His 1-2 pitch. Cronenworth in the air and over the head of a jumping Muncy. A line drive base hit into left field. He's thinking too as Teoscar bobbled it initially in left field. Teo picked it up, threw it back in, and holds Cronenworth to a leadoff single. That was slashed the other way from the left-handed Cronenworth. Muncy gave it a good hop, but it went over his mitt. So Cronenworth, who came into Game 3 over his last 17 with 7 strikeouts, he's now 2 for 2.
Yeah, they got a good pitch to hit with 2 strikes there.
And that's been an issue for Walker this year. Coming back from his injuries, he's had a hard time putting guys away. First pitch strike to Kyle Higashioka. 0-1 on the Padre catcher. Higashioka made it a 4-1 Padre lead with a sacrifice fly. 2 strikes on him as he watches a sinker in the heart of the zone. 0-2 for Walker, but as we just saw with Cronenworth, having 2 strikes on a Padre hitter doesn't guarantee you anything. 1 on, nobody out. Padres 6, Dodgers 5. The 0-2. It's a slider that Higashioka does not offer at. It's down and away, ball 1.
He's had a good success, Higashioka, with 54 hits during the season. It's 28 of those extra bases.
The 1-2 pitch from Buehler. Higashioka will pop it up to short. Tommy Edman will let it hit the ground. They say an infield fly.
No,
they didn't.
First and second.
Yeah, so Tommy Edman wants to trade the base runners. So Cronenworth now off the bases. Higashioka on first. It was a little flare to short, and Edman let it bounce on the ground and went to second. So Cronenworth now off the base pass.
Well, that's the advantage when you have kind of a badminton bird that's hit off the bat. You know you're not going to get a bad hop, so you can take your selection which runners you'd rather have at first.
Strike one to Luis Arraez as the lineup turns over. Arraez is 0 for 2.
The other thing, too, is sometimes you can catch the batter runner napping. Go to second. If the runner's not going to first, maybe double him up.
Ground ball to second. Lux to his right. Shovels it over to Edman. Here's the turn. High throw. Freddie gets to the bag on that sprained ankle, and now he's limping. So Freddie Freeman on the high throw from Edman came down on the bag sort of awkwardly and gingerly on that right ankle, and he is now jogging off the mound, noticeably favoring that right ankle. It was a 4-6-3 inning-ending double play, but hopefully it didn't cost Freddie Freeman, who's getting...
Ball, a pop-up really, down the right field line in foul territory. Oh, what an effort by Jimenez as he goes flying into the netting. Jimenez caught that ball and got it back into the infield.
Unbelievable. No fear whatsoever, and they have called for the trainer to come down there. He is still into the seating area.
Will set the stage for Xavier Edwards. Selfishly looking for a single to complete the cycle. Towards short, Adames has it, gets rid of it quick, and he's safe! It's a single, and it's a cycle!
The second ever cycle in Marlins franchise history belongs to Xavier Edwards. It took 30 years, Arraez, and now Edwards. 2-0, there's a swing and a high fly ball towards the right field corner. Fair or foul towards the pole. It's off the pole and gone. Pavin Smith, his 5th of the year. Pavin swings, that's belted. Deep left field. Alvarez turns, locks, it's gone. A grand slam. Second home run. Hang on, he's done it again. Pavin Smith, 3 homers.
4 runs so far through 3 2/3. This ball skied into left field. That'll send Austin Hayes back. He's near the wall. He looks up. It's gone. That ball scalded to center field. Jordan crushes one to straightaway center. Chazzy Fizz followed up by Jordan with a smash to center. 3 in a row. The big man is on fire. 3 straight home runs. A laser beam over the wall in center.
The last play ended with a high throw on a double play turn from Lux and Edman, and Freeman came down on that sprained right ankle. Ohtani swings at the first pitch from King. This is on a changeup, 0-1. Ohtani is 1 for 2. Struck out leading off. Singled and scored on Teoscar's grand slam in the 3rd, which brought the Dodgers back to life. Brought them within a run. It's just a 6-5 game here in the top of the 5th. King into his windup. Ohtani takes downstairs on a slider.
Infield to pull. Machado, the third baseman, is really playing in the shortstop position.
Bogart's nearly straight up with the bag at second as the shortstop. On this 1-1, Ohtani backs out of the way of a pulled sinker inside ball 2. Homered in his very first postseason game in the major leagues. What does he have here in his 3rd game? And he watches a changeup just dot the corner on the outside and a little low. Ohtani shakes his head a little bit as he steps back in. The count now 2-2. Betts on deck. King having a hard time hearing air at Petco Park. The rally towels in bright yellow waving furiously. Here's the pitch. Way outside. Full count. Despite the Padres ticket sales effort, restricting ticket sales to San Diego area codes, there is plenty of blue here for Game 3. Now the payoff pitch from King. Ohtani hits a high fly ball left center field and deep. Merrill is waiting for it on the track, though, and he makes the catch. They're slicing away the area in front of both bullpens. It's a long fly out for Shohei Ohtani. One gone in the 5th.
Hey friends, the 2025 Dodger memberships are on sale right now. You can become a member and get access to all postseason games at preferred pricing. And your membership includes opening day, member event access, and a whole lot more. Check it out. Dodgers.com/memberships.
Here's Mookie. First pitch. Hits the inside corner. A slider on the front door. Strike one. Mookie's up. Freddie's on deck. Who's on deck? Brought to you by On Deck. Small business lending that's fast and easy. Go to OnDeck.com. The pitch. Nearly hits Mookie. A changeup that slipped out of the hand of King. 1-1. No Dodgers on the bases. One gone in the 5th. Padres 6, Dodgers 5. Series tied 1-1. The pitch. Mookie watches again. This is a sinker that is toward the left-handed batter's box. Outside ball 2. King comes home. Mookie swings and is popped up. It is back behind home plate. Higashioka tosses the mask, and this ball will get into the very first row and bounces back about a dozen rows and out of play. 2-2. Mookie is walking around a little taller, a little less tension in those shoulders, Rick Monday. He was 0 for his last 22 before this game started. Right now, he's 2 for 2 with a home run and 2 runs scored. 2 balls, 2 strikes. King at the waist into his windup, and it's chopped foul.
The players know exactly what's going on. Mookie was asked, well, you take some time off, you sit down, he goes, hey, if things don't go away, I'm still thinking about it. And you get the feeling, and hopefully it's going to be, okay, fine. He left the yard in the first inning. Hopefully he can exhale, say, okay, we're back on track.
Facing a pitcher he's seen well. Another 2-2 pitch. Mookie hits it hard on a hop. Bogarts makes a heck of a stab at short. One hop throw to Arraez for the out. Xander Bogaerts was well positioned at shortstop, but still made a heck of a pick on his former Red Sox teammate. The short hopper into his glove. A throw across to Arraez. Another good play at first from Arraez to dig that out.
And the other part, too, is Mookie Betts. That's an out. But that was a ball that was very well struck.
Now 2 outs. Freddie Freeman at the plate. First pitch from King. A changeup on the inside corner. Strike one called. Freddie is 0 for 2. To right in the first, lined out to left in the 3rd. Fastball misses the zone, ball 1. Beat LA chance once again here in San Diego. Ready with that severely sprained right ankle, waiting on a 1-1 pitch. Here it is. He swings and fouls back 94 from the sinker at the top of the zone. It's 1-2. Now Petco Park to its feet. Cal's in motion again. 6-5 Padres. The 1-2 pitch from King. And Freddie holds his swing on a sinker that just missed the inside corner. King started to walk toward the dugout, thinking that was strike 3. And perhaps it was. That was a really good pitch. Well received by Higashioka, but Freddie stays in there. 2 outs, nobody on. Now a 2-2 pitch. And that's a slider down and in, nearly hit the shin of Freeman. Full count. Teoscar Hernandez waiting in the wings. Dodgers down by only 1. Here's the payoff. Freddie swings in the air left field right at Profar. Second time in as many ABs that Freddie has made solid contact with it right to the left fielder. So ultimately, King gets the top 3 in the big 3 in order in the 5th. It keeps it 6-5.
The 1-2. That's in the air left field. That's trouble. Jankowski back. And a magic catch. Oh my goodness, what a grab. He brings the game back. You just saw Major League thievery right there. Unbelievable.
Our hearts stopped for a second. You're thinking this ball has a chance to get out.
Flagged down by Hoskins, leads over to Payam, safe. We're tied up at 4. Vientos laces one the other way. It's a 2-run single for Vientos, and the Mets have a 6-4 lead. Browns one through the right side. That's a base hit. JD Martinez off the bench knocks in 2, and the Mets have opened up an 8-4 lead.
There goes Ohtani. Pitches in the dirt. Ohtani stolen second. 43rd for Ohtani. Driven the other way. Gurriel to the track. Gurriel to the wall. It's gone! Shohei with another shot. His 43rd. One of each tonight. Make it 43 and 43 in his hunt for history.
Right field, and Gunnar Henderson has gone yard again to start the game. And with that, Gunnar Henderson holds the new single-season title for home runs by an Oriole shortstop. Move over Cal and move over Miguel Tejada. It's now Gunnar Henderson's world.
Took Buehler Bridge in the 6-run second for San Diego. Tatis' 5th home run against Walker Buehler. First pitch, slider down and away, ball 1. Tatis 1 for 2, that 2-run blast that made it 6-1. Just a torrid postseason for the Padre right fielder. On the ground, roller to Tommy Edman. The throw is on the mark to Freddie Freeman. And there's the first out of the 5th. So you wondered if the Dodgers would make a change before Buehler saw Tatis for a 3rd time. They stick with him, and he gets him out.
Although there's action in the bullpen, Dodgers get a lefty up. Just in case is the backup.
And it's Anthony Banda warming. Buehler not yet at 70 pitches as he deals to Profar. Swings at the first pitch. Little flare, shallow left field. Edman going back. He reaches out and makes the catch. He was calling Teoscar off the whole way. Tommy, with his speed and a good read, brought in out number 2 on just 1 pitch from Walker Buehler.
Yeah, that was a good curveball.
That's been a pitch that he is starting to get a better feel for as this injury-riddled season has gone on for Walker. 2 out, nobody on. Manny Machado at the plate. Machado is 1 for 2. Both plate appearances in that second inning as the Padres batted around. He singled and scored leading off, then flew out to center ending things. He's ahead 1-0. Buehler comes set, yanks the cutter down and away. Ball 2.
Machado's had difficulty when he gets called out on strikes. 80% of the time his fastball's down low.
Waves at a good sweeper from Walker Buehler off the plate outside. That's a strike, making it 2-1. Machado 3 for 12 in the series, has a hit in every game. Big swing, big miss, good cutter from Walker Buehler. Again, if he has some cleaner play behind him in the second inning, things look much different for Walker right now. But there is clearly a good feeling about Walker on the mound right now. He is working with some pace and some good rhythm. Machado took time trying to disrupt that rhythm, but Walker did not move from the first base side of the rubber. At the letters, over his head. Here's the pitch. And Machado pokes it into left field. A looping base hit with 2 out. Was not hit hard, but it is a hit nonetheless for Machado, who's aboard.
That was a breaking ball that got a little bit too much of the plate. Down away from him a little bit. Machado able to stay back and just kind of book around that ball at the last second.
Curve that kind of hung there on the plate outside a little bit. Machado just went down and got it. And now here comes Dave Roberts. It looks like he's going to come get Walker Buehler. Now Walker walks off the back of the mound. Well, you know Walker Buehler, he does not want to come out of this game. Just 73 pitches. He is talking in the glove. Dave Roberts has not taken the ball from him just yet. Buehler and Smith there, and it's a U-turn for Doc. Dave Roberts is going back to the dugout. Walker Buehler is staying on the mound. Machado on first, 2 out in the bottom of the 5th. How about that scene, Mo?
Well, and if you look at Merrill, he's done everything that you can imagine you want to do, and especially for a rookie. Against right-handers, he's hit .311 this year. He's 0 for 2 tonight, so he's 2 for 6 when he's faced Buehler.
The rookie left-hander Jackson Merrill. He's 0 for 2, reached the fielder's choice, and then came around to score. First pitch strike, a curveball in the outside corner.
I think that trip, Stephen, was basically, okay, let's go over. Here's what we're going to work with Merrill. And throw him those pitches with conviction.
Out of the stretch, the 0-1. It skips underneath the glove of Smith. Machado takes second. It was a yank cutter, and Will couldn't keep it in front of him. The wild pitch puts Machado in scoring position. Down just missed the feet of Jackson Merrill. Now Merrill is being intentionally walked. So that'll be first and second now for San Diego. Xander Bogaerts will be the batter from the right side. First base was open. Merrill's splits indicate he does all of his damage against right-handed pitching. Bogaerts does have reverse splits, but Paul, it sets things up better. It's right on right. First and second.
Yeah, and a guy that's not going to be running, cannot run from what we've seen with that hamstring issue. You'd love to get the ground ball right here if you can't get out, or even a pop-up, but this is a big at-bat.
Still 6-5 San Diego as Buehler pours in strike one, a cutter that just clipped the corner on the outside. Bogaerts, I don't know if he was signaling where he thought that pitch was. No, he's just kind of doing his pre-pitch routine with the bat on the plate. Now he's ready from the right side, as is Buehler. The 0-1, broken back. Ground ball to short. Edman goes to second, and they get Merrill just in time. Merrill, the speedy center fielder, made it a close play. Bang, bang, and it goes the Dodgers' way. And that gets Buehler through 5 innings at Petco Park. A gutty performance by him since the second inning. It's still just a 1-run game going to the 6th.
Gets under one to center field. Harris going back. It's back near the wall. And it's out of here. Linsanity again. Francisco Lindor flips the script with a 2-run homer. And the Mets go in front 8-7. Oh, wow.
Oh, boy. set the stage for Xavier Edwards. Selfishly looking for a single to complete the cycle. Towards short, Adames has it, gets rid of it quick, and he's safe! It's a single, and it's a cycle!
The second ever cycle in Marlins franchise history belongs to Xavier Edwards. It took 30 years. Arraez and now Edwards.
Play flagged down by Hoskins, leads over to Payam, save. We're tied up at 4. Vientos laces one the other way. It's a 2-run single for Vientos, and the Mets have a 6-4 lead. Grounds one through the right side. That's a base hit. JD Martinez off the bench knocks in 2, and the Mets have opened up an 8-4 lead.
That will set the stage for Xavier Edwards. Selfishly looking for a single to complete the cycle. Towards short, Adames has it, gets rid of it quick, and he's safe! It's a single, and it's a cycle!
The second ever cycle in Marlins franchise history belongs to Xavier Edwards. It took 30 years. Arraez and now Edwards.
Of this series, and he's a guy, as a hitter, you've got to tell yourself, look, don't chase that real high velocity fastball up and out of the strike zone. Estrada gets a lot of swings and misses up there.
Teoscar Hernandez leads off the top of the 6th in a 1-run game. He's the reason it's a 1-run game. A grand slam in the 3rd. Takes the first pitch from Estrada, 91 on a slider in the inner 3rd, strike 1 call. Teo has faced him a few times. Talking about Jeremiah Estrada. Teoscar 1 for 3, a base hit and a couple of strikeouts. The 0-1 pitch. And Teoscar fouls back 98, up and away, strike 2. Estrada was a key figure in the Padres bullpen in Sunday's unfortunate happenings at Dodger Stadium. There was a beer can and bottles thrown toward the direction of the Padre pen, and Estrada, who grew up a Dodger fan, now pitching with the Padres, he was the one who took the most exception and was the most demonstrative in voicing that towards the fans. Now on the mound here at Petco Park in this pivotal Game 3. He's ahead of Teoscar 0-2. On the first base side of the rubber, he comes home. It's high on a check swing, and Teo held up fine. Not even close, I don't think. It's 1-2. A roller coaster first 3 innings here in Game 3. Now we're into the 6th. Things have calmed down. And Teo's called out on strikes. A splitter got the corner on the outside. Out number 1 of the 6th.
Well, your Dodgers back in the postseason. Now is your chance to experience the thrill of October baseball. Secure your postseason tickets today at Dodgers.com/postseason.
Max Muncy will bat. Muncy 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout against Estrada. In this game, Muncy is 0 for 2 with a strikeout against Michael King. Takes ball 1. 1 out, nobody on.
That was a splitter. Just looking at the series, a lot of off-speed stuff being thrown to Muncy.
The pitch. Low. Ball 2. It was an interesting sight in the Dodger dugout between innings, Mo. It was a spirited conversation between Walker Buehler and Dave Roberts. Walker, you know what he was asking for. That's 1 more inning. He's through 5. Padres into their bullpen. Will the Dodgers get into theirs? Muncy swings and tips a slider into the glove, strike 1. Muncy on Sunday hit a 9th inning home run in the Padre blowout, his 11th postseason home run of his career. 2-1 way outside and low, ball 3. 11 home runs in 48 postseason games for Muncy. Tied with Duke Snider, trails only Justin Turner and Corey Seager in most postseason home runs in Dodgers history. 3-1 pitch coming. Muncy with a big swing and a big miss on a big fastball from Estrada at 98. Full count now. Will Smith on deck. Muncy waggles the bat. Estrada shuffles the feet on the mound. Comes set, kicks, fires, and strikes Muncy out swinging. Blew a fastball by him at 98. Back-to-back Ks for Jeremiah Estrada here in the 6th. Now Will Smith. Will is 0 for 2 with a strikeout tonight. There's a couple of hits in his limited experience against Estrada. First pitch swinging and missing, 99 from the right-hander.
For Will Smith, he's had difficulty. If we look at the last couple of years, he's been banged up, but he's had trouble with the elevated fastballs. 95 and above.
The pitch. Up and away at 99 again. Estrada relying on that heater, as you would expect if you had 99. 1 ball, 1 strike. Reply to Indio. Bases empty, 2 out. Dodgers trailing by 1 here in the top of the 6th. The 1-1 pitch. Smith hits it on the ground. Slow roll to short. Gobbled up by Bogarts. Shuffles and throws. So 1-2-3-6 for Estrada, keeping San Diego ahead by 1.
The exclusive home of the Dodgers.
AM 570 LA Sports. In the history of Dodger Stadium.
Will set the stage for Xavier Edwards. Selfishly looking for a single to complete the cycle. Towards short, Adames has it, gets rid of it quick, and he's safe! It's a single, and it's a cycle!
The second ever cycle in Marlins franchise history belongs to Xavier Edwards. It took 30 years. Arraez and now Edwards.
Will set the stage for Xavier Edwards. Selfishly looking for a single to complete the cycle. Towards short, Adames has it, gets rid of it quick, and he's safe! It's a single, and it's a cycle!
The second ever cycle in Marlins franchise history belongs to Xavier Edwards. It took 30 years. Arraez and now Edwards.
Lawrence Butler time. He gets a hold of one early, and this ball's gonna fly on out. The growth he's seen over Butler. This one hit hard towards center field, and right on cue, Lawrence Butler adds another. Including his last save opportunity. That ball is belted. Lawrence Butler does it again.
Oh my God!
All tied up in the Queen City.
One fly, heads up in the upper deck. Shohei's on his way. That's number 54 for Ohtani. A 3-run Titanic shot.
I mean, I'm not even sure. So I'm going to marvel at the fact that he hit a 3-run home run. The guy is another planet. Yes, he's probably the greatest all-around baseball player to ever walk. I give all those accolades.
Efficient innings in there. 12 in the first, 10 in the third, 10 in the fourth, 12 in the fifth. 33 pitches, though, and then unfortunate and disastrous second inning. The Padres scored all 6 of their runs. They lead 6-5. David Peralta being left in there to face the lefty and Anthony Banda. Swings at the first pitch, fouls back a fastball at 96, strike 1. Normally you'd see Mike Schilt pinch hit for the lefty Peralta, perhaps going to someone like Donovan Solano off the bench. But leaving Peralta in, that's because Peralta's picked up some big hits the last couple of games, including a 2-run tie-breaking double in the second that made it 3-1 San Diego. Banda's 0-1 pitch. Hits Peralta to chase and missed badly on a slider down and away. 0-2. The Dodgers struck first. A home run from Mookie Betts in the first inning. Padres with 6 in the second, as we've talked about. And then a grand slam home run from Teoscar Hernandez in the third. Check swing. Did he go? No, he held up, says the third base umpire, Adrian Johnson. So it's 1-2 on Peralta. Daniel Hudson preparing to come out of the bullpen next for the Dodgers as Banda yanks a slider down and away. Peralta doesn't offer at it. Now 2-2. Dodger bullpen trying to rebound from a really tough game 2. Banda strikes out Peralta with 97 atop the zone. First strikeout of the game for the Dodger staff, first out of the 6th. Hurry into your Southern California Chevy dealers today and find an offer, a great offer at that, on your next vehicle. If you want more info, go to SoCalChevy.com. Now Jake Cronenworth in the 8th spot. Tips a strike into the glove. Another fastball from Banda. 0-1. First time in the history of the league that all 4 division series tied at 1 apiece. The Dodgers knew before this game started the Mets jumped ahead of the Phillies, taking game 3 against Philadelphia. So it's 2-1 New York in that series. But all 4 division series tied at 1. That's good for the league. Not good for stress levels. But good for the league and good for the game. Check swing, ruled on Cronenworth, so it's 1-1. The pitch. Foul ball, 1-2.
Who thought the Mets would even make the playoffs?
It came down to a doubleheader on the day after the last day of the season.
Who thought the Detroit Tigers would make the postseason?
The Tigers tied the Guardians, getting to the seemingly unhittable Emmanuel Clase. Just another reminder of how unpredictable the postseason is. Pete Alonso off, Devin Williams in Milwaukee. Clase giving it up in Cleveland. You just don't know this time of year. Banda freezes Cronenworth with a slider on the front door. Strike 3 called. Back-to-back punch-outs for Banda.
Banda, they label it as a slider. Sliders normally don't break 2.5 feet. His does. They used to call it, well, it's like the sweeper. Sweeper is the old version of a slurve.
Higashioka swings at the first pitch, hits it on the button, but right to Andy Pajes in center field. It's a 1-2-3-6 for Banda out of the bullpen, keeping the Dodgers within 1. It looks like Jason Adam will be coming in from the Padre pen for the top of the 7th.
There's a fly ball to right. And that is going to be way gone. Churio sends one out of here to make it 3-0. Jackson Churio with serious opposite field pop. Number 20 for the 20-year-old.
Youngest player MLB history to record 20-plus homers, 20-plus stolen bases.
It's incredible.
Flagged down by Howard. Hoskins leads over to Payam. Save. We're tied up at 4. Vientos laces one the other way. It's a 2-run single for Vientos, and the Mets have a 6-4 lead. Grounds one through the right side. That's a base hit. JD Martinez off the bench knocks in 2, and the Mets have opened up an 8-4 lead. That one is blasted deep to right field, and the Phillies get this road trip off on a good note. It's his 12th leadoff home run of the year. Oh, man, he drills one to deep right field, and that one is gone. His second home run of the game, and a high fly ball to deep right field. They've come all the way back. Kyle Schwarber's 3rd home run of the night. Unbelievable.
You talk about making a statement.
Ball to right field, sending Fernando back towards the wall. He leaps and makes the catch. Fernando made the grab and right. Why? Because he is Fernando. Time the lead brings it down. Says no.
Get ready for another bobblehead. That's a platinum glove at work. A good old-fashioned snatch it back.
Diego here in the top of the 7th, brought to you by Shakey's Pizza Parlor, celebrating 70 years of pizza, chicken, and mojos. Order yours now at Shakey's.com. Padres scored all 6 of their runs in 1 inning, the 2nd inning. There were a handful of their hits. They had 5 of them. I don't know if 4 left the infield. 1 definitely did. A 2-run home run from Fernando Tatis Jr. That's the difference in the game right now. Gavin Lux swings at the first pitch, grounds it to second on 1 hop. It backs opponent with back. And on the grass, he makes the play. So 1 pitch, 1 out for Adam in the top of the 7th inning.
And that recap you're giving is, Stephen, of the Dodgers. You just cannot give runs away. Oh, they hit the ball. They being the Padres pretty well in that 2nd inning, including Tatis, the 2-run home run. They wound up with 5 hits, but the Dodgers gave away some runs, and that's the difference in the game on the scoreboard.
Here's Tommy Edman, the 8th spot of the order. First pitch away, ball 1 from Adam. It's got to be a special series for Edman, who was born in Michigan but grew up here in San Diego County. Went to La Jolla Country Day School for high school before playing his college ball at Stanford. The 1-0 from Adam. Edman swings and fouls it back behind home plate, 1-1. And Edman grew up wearing the number 9 in honor of Mr. Padre. The 1-1 pitch. Edman takes up and away, ball 2. The 2-1. Edman swats it in the air, foul on the left side. Square count 2-2. Did I say 9 or 19? Now that I'm thinking out loud. Tony Gwynn wore 19, obviously. So if I said 9, obviously that was it.
Don't think out loud. Too many people can hear.
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, these mics hot. Base is empty, 1 out at the top of the 7th. The Dodgers trying to come back here at Game 3 of the division series. They trail by only 1. A 2-2 pitch from Adam to Edman. Chop to the right side. Charging in Arraez. He scoops it up off the ground, steps on the bag himself, and records out number 2.
Second time that Edman is grounded out to Arraez at first base.
That's the 3rd unassisted play Arraez has made in this game alone, and he's made some other ones to assist his fellow infielders too. 2 outs, nobody on. Last of the order, Andy Pages. Can he get on for Shohei Ohtani, who is on deck? The pitch. Pages was watching all the way. A sweeper right in the heart of a plate. Strike 1.
Look, Pages will get a fastball middle of the plate in. That's an area that he handles exceptionally well.
0 for 1. Having replaced Miguel Rojas, who left with an injury. The 0-1 pitch. Pages watches again. A slider atop the zone, strike 2. So now he's put himself in an 0-2 hole. Again, there was no look of a intention to swing on either of the first 2 pitches. So what will Adam give him in this 0-2? First, there's time called. Petco Park trying to cheer on one of their trade deadline acquisitions to a scoreless 7th. And Pages trying to battle with 2 strikes and get on for Ohtani in this 6-5 game 3. Adam exhales, kicks, fires. And Pages takes outside ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, Towels going to work here at Petco Park. The pitch. Pages with a good eye, stares at a fastball well outside, has the count square 2-2. Padre fan in front of us says that was a terrible call. I guess if a foot outside is terrible. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Pages swings and slashes it foul on the right side. Stays in there.
I was wondering if you could even see home plate. There's a guy who's standing up in front of it that could cast a shadow on the Empire State Building.
That's why I'm now standing. Trying to get some elevation here. Another 2-2 pitch coming to Andy Pages. Here it is. Pages fouls it back. 96 on the fastball from Adam. Pages not going quietly. Again, Ohtani on deck. Dodgers trailing by 1. Bases empty. 2 out in the top of the 7th. Can the rookie come through? The former Ray Adam leans back, kicks, fires, and Pages fouls away another.
Well, you've got to hang tough in there. Get a strike. Behind in the count early, 0-2. So if you're Adam, what's going to work? The 97 fastball, the slider?
Pages with a couple waggles of the bat. Brings the bat up above his shoulders. The pitch from Adam. Another foul ball on 96 atop the zone. One of the best and most established relievers in baseball the last few years. Going at it with Andy Pages. This will be the 9th pitch from Adam to Pages. Strike 3, swinging. Adam went to the changeup and got a swing and a miss from the rookie, who put up a heck of a fight. But ultimately, the Dodgers down in order in the top of the 7th. We stretch at Petco Park. The Padres still lead game 3, 6-5.
It never ends. Dodger coverage morning till.
Maybe that swing. Drives it in the air. Deep left center. Judge leaping. And he made the catch. Oh, Aaron Judge. What a play. He does it all. And there's the double play. Send him to Monument Park now.
What a double play by the Yankee defense, and what a catch by the captain. What a way to end the inning.
There goes Ohtani. Pitches in the dirt. Ohtani's stolen second. 43rd for Ohtani. Driven the other way. Gurriel on the track. Gurriel on the wall. It's gone. Shohei with another shot. His 43rd. One of each tonight. Make it 43 and 43 in his hunt for history. Here's Alonso now. Lindor at third, Nimmo at first. The pitch. Swing and a ball drilled. Right field. Freeling back at the wall. Out of here! It's out of here! Alonso an opposite field home run. And the Mets have the lead. Pete Alonso, the polar bear, takes Devin Williams deep. And here in the 9th, the comeback kids have done it again.
There's always that opportunity, yeah, but I think you have to throw at least one of them. Line down the left field line, it is a fair ball. 1 run scores. 2 runs score. Everybody scores. It's a bases clearing. Big pinch hit for Arraez, and it is 5-2 Detroit. Oh my goodness, what a big hit off the bench off of Josh Hader.
Fly ball to right field, sending Fernando back towards the wall. He leaps and makes the catch. Fernando made the grab and right. Why? Because he is Fernando. Time the lead, brings it down. Says no.
Get ready for another bobblehead. That's a platinum glove at work. A good old-fashioned snatch it back.
Including 2 in a row. Size multiple postseason demons, Mo.
Well, they're also, if you look at Bonda, he's in there for one more batter, and that's Arraez, the lefty, and then Tatis, followed by Profar. Yes, Profar, a switch hitter, and then Manny Machado. So a good inning in the first one by Bonda, faced 3 batters and struck out 2. So the Dodgers, and again, there's a reminder in the postseason, and your chance to experience the thrill of Dodger baseball. So secure your postseason tickets as soon as you can. Dodgers.com/postseason.
Facing the bottom of the order in the bottom of the 6th, Bonda struck out Peralta and Cronenworth and got Higashioka to line out to center field. Just 8 pitchers in that 6th inning, so he's back out to start the 7th at least.
A big part of this lineup too, Stephen, and you've got to throw up a goose egg up on the board because the Dodgers down to 6 outs to work with offensively.
In the top of the 8th, it will be Ohtani, Betts, and Freeman. Freddie is still out there. He had a scary play on defense earlier in the game. A high throw from Edman on the double play that ended the bottom of the 4th inning. He came down, landed on first on that right ankle. Coincidentally, Arraez was the batter. Remember, it was Arraez who was playing first when Freddie awkwardly turned his ankle on the bag during the regular season. The Dodgers clincher that night. Arraez at the plate here facing Bonda. The pitch home is a slider down and away, ball 1. Arraez 0 for 3, including that double play. He's now 2 for 13 in the series. Bonda comes home. The slider misses low and toward the dirt, ball 2. Daniel Hudson has been hot in the Dodger pen for a while now. Bonda kicks, fires. Arraez lifts it high in the air right field. You could perhaps heard that curse. He was upset he didn't do more with that, aside from fly out to Mookie Betts in right center. And there you go, Mo. You were spot on. Bonda was in for 1 batter. Dave Roberts wastes no time coming out.
Just matching up against the lefties. Say one thing is that both bullpens have been spot on. Nothing but goose eggs out of the bullpens on both sides.
So 4 outs from Anthony Bonda. Pitching change for the Dodgers.
Sending Fernando back towards the wall. He leaps and makes the catch. Fernando made the grab and right. Why? Because he is Fernando. Time the lead, brings it down. Says no.
Get ready for another bobblehead. That's a platinum glove at work. A good old-fashioned snatch it back.
There goes Ohtani. Pitches in the dirt. Ohtani stolen second. A 4-pitch walk to Soto, and they're loaded for Aaron Judge. Judge cranks one, deep left field, a grand slam, and the Yankees have the lead. Right on cue. He snaps his longest homerless drought, and just like that, the Yankees are in front. What a shot that was. What a moment.
Sheet that he has in his pocket, and I'm pretty sure wasn't there with the conversation. I think he was talking about the release time that Hudson has. He gives runners a little extra time because he's not that quick to home plate. Be interesting if there's a runner gets on base.
None to start. Bases empty and one gone. Bottom 7. Dodgers trailing 6-5. First pitch ball to Fernando Tatis Jr., who is right now far and away the most feared Padre hitter. His OPS this postseason nearing 2,100. Tatis hits it in the air, center field and deep. Arraez feeling for the wall. He's on the warning track, and he makes the catch. A long fly out from Fernando Tatis Jr. for the second out of the 7th inning. Earlier he hit one way out to left field off the scoreboard between the first and second decks in left. A 2-run home run that right now is the difference in the game. He's back in the dugout, now gives way to Jerks and Profar. Switch hitter batting from the left side against the right-handed veteran Daniel Hudson. Hudson at the bell, kicks and fires. Profar pulls the first pitch into the netting down the right side, strike one. There's a hooking line drive. He's now tapping the bat next to the plate, making sure that it's not broken. He's still not sure. And he's going to keep that one. Taps it twice more on home plate. Now with a couple of waggles. Daniel Hudson set on the third base side of the rubber. Popped up center field. Profar drops the bat. Arraez comes in and has the ball drop into his glove. Bonda and Hudson team up for a scoreless 7th inning to keep the Dodgers within one. Due up after the break. Shohei Ohtani, Mookie Betts, and Freddie Freeman.
That's in the air left field. That's trouble. Jankowski back. And a magic catch. Oh my goodness, what a grab. He brings the game back. You just saw Major League thievery right there. Unbelievable.
And our hearts stop for a second. You're thinking this ball has a chance to get out.
Lawrence Butler time. He gets a hold of one early, and this ball's gonna fly on out. The growth he's seen over Butler. This one hit hard towards center field, and right on cue, Lawrence Butler adds another. Including his last save opportunity. That ball is belted. Lawrence Butler does it again.
Oh my God.
All tied up in the Queen City.
Maybe that swing. Drives it in the air. Deep left center. Judge leaping. And he made the catch. Oh, Aaron Judge. What a play. He does it all. And there's the double play. Send him to Monument Park now.
What a double play by the Yankee defense. And what a catch by the captain. What a way to end the inning.
Sends one high and deep to left. He's watching, so are 44,000 others. Oh, what a start for the Padres as Tatis leaves the building, and this place is on its feet. Padres lead it 2-0.
I'm telling you right now, Fernando Tatis did not wait. Saw the first pitch, and as soon as he hit it, he knew.
Freeman, another left-handed batter on top of it. So again, Scott, that elevated fastball, high velocity, slider, curveball to go with it.
It's a one-run game. And now the Dodgers MVP triumvirate will try and change that against one of the biggest arms in the Padre pen. If they're going to come back and take game 3, they'll have to go through the teeth of this bullpen of San Diego. Scott settled on the mound. Ohtani at the dish. The pitch. Ohtani swings through a 98-mile-per-hour heater, strike 1. Lifetime, Shohei just 1 for 11 with 5 strikeouts against the lefty Scott. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Ohtani bends back, a slider, misses inside, levels the count 1-1. I think there's a safe argument to make that A.J. Preller acquired Scott for this matchup. The 1-1 pitch. Outside, 2 balls and a strike, advantage slightly to Ohtani.
Well, the fastball is not just Ohtani that Scott gets out, just a 134 average against all hitters on the fastball this year.
Dodgers trailing 6-5, running out of outs. The pitch. Ohtani fouls it back, square count 2-2. 6 offensive outs left for the Dodgers here in game 3. Petco Park, raucous as you expected, hostile as you expected. Bright yellow rally towels being waved furiously. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Ohtani stays alive, got a piece at 98, parked it in the seats foul to our left. Still 2-2. Padre fans in front of us, a deep exhale. Same for the lefty Scott on the mound. Has the ball at the belt. We'll try another 2-2 pitch. Ohtani watches strike 3 called. A slider on the outside corner. Shohei shaking his head as he walks back to the dugout, disagreeing with Corey Blazer, the home plate umpire.
Well, Ohtani goes back and he looks at this slider. He's going to see that it appeared to catch the plate before it went outside.
His second strikeout of the game, Ohtani, that is 7th overall for the Dodgers. Bases empty, 1 out. Here's Mookie Betts. Mookie, first pitch swinging, fly ball center field. He tosses the bat, did not get enough of this. Merrill 10 feet in front of the warning track is there for out number 2.
That was a big opportunity because Mookie Betts, you look at hitters in Major League Baseball this year, they had the highest average coming into postseason against left-handed relievers, 460. They just missed that one.
It'll be up to the hobbled Freddie Freeman. 2 out, nobody on in the top of the 8th inning. Dodgers still need a run to tie game 3. Freddie's 0 for 3 tonight. Has hit a couple balls hard, but right at Profar and left. He hits this fastball into the net behind home plate, strike 1. 99 on the fastball from the left-handed Scott. Freddie 2 for 8 against Scott with a double and 2 Ks. The pitch, the swing, ground ball, base hit into center field, tying run on base for the Dodgers. And Chris Taylor was first out of the Dodger dugout. He's going to run for Freddie.
It was an effort for Freeman to even get down to first base.
And Freddie is jogging off on one leg.
You start to talk about commitment. All you have to do is look at some of these guys. Miguel Rojas started tonight knowing that he's in discomfort, in pain, going to have off-season surgery. Don't know if the injury tonight, the same injury, is going to keep him out of tomorrow's possibility. Freddie Freeman, is he going to be available? I mean, just guts, pure guts, playing in pain.
So Taylor on the bases. Scott being removed from the game. The lights out at Petco Park. That means one thing. The closer coming in after this on the Dodgers Audio Network.
It's playoff time, baseball fans. This is Jorge Herrin, and I want you to...
one into the water.
Because if it did, there's never been a right-handed hitter that has done it since this ballpark opened its doors in 2000. And they're telling us in the truck that he indeed did have a splash hit. And that is the first one ever by a right-handed hitter.
I was glad to see Luis wanted a hit.
Yeah, I can't see him sitting out.
Is this going to
Get in there. Get in there.
It will. Same where the other went the other night. Two of them. He had a double and a triple on that same spot the other night. And he's got himself a double here to lead it off.
And look at his teammates. I think his teammates know as well. They want that ball. Get that ball back in. It's worth another look. Change up and away to the pull side.
Pirates, no runs, no hits, one error. Swing and a miss, strike three. Oh, Shohei, 7 no-hit innings.
Nate Pearson, the new pitcher on the mound, is a bouncer to short, fielded by Swanson. He'll throw to first to get him.
8 no-hit innings. Porter Hodge on the mound.
Down to their last chance.
Grounder to short. Dansby to first. There it is.
A combined no-hitter for the Chicago Cubs.
And the strike zone now. Don't be helping him.
Teoscar has had 4 ABs against Suarez lifetime. He's 0 for 4 with a strikeout. Against Suarez, his last 21 appearances, and an ERA of 5.66. Earned runs allowed in 9 of his last 21 games. Mike Schilt calling on Suarez for a 4-out save in Game 3. 6-5 San Diego. Taylor on. Suarez will look back with a disengagement and pickoff attempt that's unsuccessful.
Those 21 games you're referring to, he's allowed at least 1 run in 9 different games in that stretch.
Taylor replacing Freddie after the 2-out single. Takes the lead. Suarez out of the stretch. His first pitch to Hernandez. Teo takes a fastball at 99, strike 1. Teoscar has won that huge swing tonight. A 3rd-inning grand slam that gave the Dodgers life and hope and gave us this 6-5 score that we still have with 2 out in the 8th. The pitch. Teo watches again. 98, a touch low. That didn't miss by much. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. Hernandez watches a fastball downstairs, 2-1. You see the gasoline from Suarez, but the location hasn't been there to match. 3 consecutive fastballs to start Teoscar Hernandez. Taylor with his lead off first, the tying run on base. On this 2-1 pitch, Hernandez swings through 100, strike 2. 100 running in and off the plate. A tough spot for Teo or any hitter for that matter. 1 more strike here in the 8th inning. Runner on, 2 out, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Suarez peeks over his front left shoulder on Taylor. Comes home to Hernandez. Teo is popped up on the infield. Right side is Arraez halfway between home and first. He squeezes the 3rd out of the top of the 8th inning. Still 6-5 San Diego in Game 3.
The exclusive home of the Dodgers.
AM 570 LA Sports.
Payoff pitch. High fly ball out towards right center field. Pete Crow Armstrong at the wall. Jumps. And he made the catch. Oh, baby. Pete Crow Armstrong steals a homer. And that is how this one comes to an end.
And the Cubs win the ball game. Pete Crow Armstrong with a dazzling display of defense tonight.
runs so far through 3 2/3. This ball skied into left field. That'll send Austin Hayes back. He's near the wall. He looks up. It's gone. That ball scalded to center field. Jordan crushes one to straightaway center. Chazzy Fizz followed up by Jordan with a smash to center. 3 in a row. The big man is on fire. 3 straight home runs. A laser beam over the wall in center.
Swing and a drive deep toward left. Number 2,000, a home run. Paul Goldschmidt's first career hit came in 2011 against Matt Cain. Number 1,000 against German Marquez and the Colorado Rockies 7 years ago. And tonight, July 26, 2024, number 2,000 against Kyle Finnegan, a 2-run homer. The pitch. He struck him out. And the Kansas City Royals move on to the division series. And the Kansas City Royals, who lost 106 last year, the most ever by a team that made the playoffs the next year, not only make the playoffs, they march on. And the Baltimore Orioles have lost 10 straight postseason games in a row.
Ovation for Manny Machado. Machado is 2 for 3 tonight. 2 base hits and a run scored. Kopech back in the ballpark in which he made his Dodger debut after being acquired from the White Sox. Strike 1 on Machado, 99 on the inside corner. To follow suit, Anthony Banda and Daniel Hudson. He yanks a cutter down and away. Level 1-1 count to Machado. Machado with that severe open stance. Highlighter equipment with the gloves and the batting guards and the shoes. He fouls back 98 from Kopech. Advantage to Michael. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Just starting the bottom of the 8th, still 6-5 Padres. The pitch is away. Another cutter pulled, 2-2. The pitch, another foul ball, 101. Machado tweaked his knee. He is skipping away. He's halfway down the first base line. Mike Shilton, athletic trainer, to come out right after swinging and fouling back that 101-mile-per-hour fastball from Kopech. Machado was down in some discomfort.
That fastball upstairs, and Machado, I mean, as soon as he was striding and made the swing, he hobbled down the first base line.
You know, he's banging his toe with his bat. His left toe box of his cleat with his bat. Now he's stretching things out. So maybe similar to what we saw with Xander Bogaerts in Game 2 at Dodger Stadium, some cramping or something grabbing on him.
I just wonder, you know, with the toe, did he all of a sudden get a severe cramp?
He's taking some swings. Next
the Dodgers are hoping his bat has a severe cramp.
He's got his arm around Mike Shilton. The manager gives him a pat on the back and ushers him toward home plate again. Yeah, he's stretching out that lower left leg. It definitely seemed like something grabbed on him. Took some swings next to the 2024 postseason marking on the field between the first base line and the Padre dugout. On the right side of the field, and now Machado will stroll back around to the right-handed batter's box. Sweeps the dirt with his right leg, digs into the back of the box.
Don't take him lightly here.
Takes a deep breath, taps the plate, puts the bat on the shoulder. Kopech, third base side of the mound, a 2-2 pitch. Machado fouls back 97, like 2 feet high of the strike zone. No change in the count. To the cleanup hitter who's leading off the bottom of the 8th. No outs, nobody on. Kopech will try again. And Machado spoils a cutter, fouls it into the screen. This will be the 8th pitch from Kopech to Machado. Here it is. Machado swings and pops one up behind the dish toward the Dodgers on deck circle. That'll drift into the seats. 6 rows back. A chance for Will Smith. He puts the bucket back on his head and the earpiece back in his right ear. Take his place behind home plate. He and Michael Kopech will try once again to retire Manny Machado. 6-5 San Diego in Game 3. He's now on the bottom of the 8th. The 9th pitch from Kopech. And Machado puts it high in the air. This one's playable in the infield. Edman waiting at shortstop. Waves everybody off. Reaches up with his left glove hand. Calmly makes the catch. 1 gone. Job not done. Now it's Jackson Merrill. The rookie sensation. Padres' first-round pick just 3 years ago. Kopech yanks a cutter down and in. That's been a theme for that pitch so far tonight. Ball 1 on Merrill. He's 0 for 2. He's intentionally walked in the 5th. Scored a run in the second. Takes another cutter. This one even further downstairs. This is in the dirt. 2-0. Now Machado barking at Bogarts in the on-deck circle, trying to share some knowledge that he gathered from facing Kopech for 9 pitches. 3 balls, no strikes, as Kopech couldn't locate the 4-seam fastball now. 3-0 to Jackson Merrill. Kopech steps back, kicks and fires, and is on the board with strike 1. 99, right down the chute. Petco Park record 47,744 in attendance for this 3rd game of the division series. Kopech gets a swing and a miss. Merrill waved at a cutter down beneath the strike zone. 3-2. Full count. Payoff coming. Merrill with a foul ball north of our booth. Jackson Merrill, the 5th youngest to start a postseason game in center field. He's made all kinds of history in his first year as a major leaguer. Waiting on another 3-2 pitch. Kopech gets a swing and a miss, strike 3. Pumped 99 by him. 2 gone in the 8th.
Outfield to prevent doubles. 1-run game here in the bottom of the 8th inning. There's 3 outs to work with, but playing that prevent doubles, so you don't have a ball hit over your head.
In the top of the 9th, the Dodgers will send Muncy, Smith, and Lux to the plate. But first, you got to get Bogarts, who fouls back strike 1. 98 on the heater from Kopech. Bogarts is 0 for 3 tonight. He waves at strike 2. First good cutter we've seen from Kopech. Getting that whiff from the Padres shortstop. Bogarts wearing the high brown socks. Granted time, steps back into the right side, stomps back in. Traces the plate with his bat. Now settles in, as does Kopech. An 0-2. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. Kopech twirls off the mound after back-to-back strikeouts in the bottom of the 8th. A 1-2-3/8 from Kopech. The Dodgers need 1 in the 9th.
When you want Dodgers, the only home is AM 570 LA Sport.
Broken now, right field, and Gunnar Henderson
Henderson holds the new single-season title for home runs by an Orioles shortstop. Move over Cal and move over Miguel Tejada. It's now Gunnar Henderson's world. Swing and a miss, strike three. It was 105.5 miles an hour.
No way! 105.5! I can't believe my eyes. No, that's not even on the FM dial. That was unreal. I don't even know if I want to high-five him. He might not be rated the next week. Well, light your hand on fire. Yes. A 105.5 punch-out Tommy Edman.
A 4-pitch walk to Soto, and they're loaded for Aaron Judge. Judge cranks one. Deep left field. A grand slam. And the Yankees have the lead. Right on cue. He snaps his longest homerless drought. And just like that, the Yankees are in front. What a shot that was. What a moment.
There's a fly ball to right. And that is going to be way gone. Churio sends one out of here to make it 3-0. Jackson Churio with serious opposite field pop. Number 20 for the 20-year-old.
Youngest player in MLB history to record 20-plus homers, 20-plus stolen bases.
It's incredible.
Here we are, with respect, I say, in that part of the order for the Dodgers. So who can step to the plate, literally and figuratively?
Well, you got 3 outs to work with, and the best reliever that the Padres have.
His pitch. Muncy swings and fouls back 99. Strike one. Muncy is 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts in this game.
Well, for Suarez, over 70% of his strikeouts the last 3 seasons have come on fastballs.
The 0-1. Upstairs. Missed by 3 feet high. Ball 1. Suarez gathers and fires. Muncy waves at strike 2. Suarez went to a changeup.
Muncy's getting a pretty steady diet of all speed pitches in this series.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Starting the top of the 9th, the pitch. Muncy strikes out swinging on an elevated fastball, 100 miles per hour from Suarez. That's the first out. 3rd K in the game for Muncy. 3 of the Dodgers' 8 punch-outs so far. Now Will Smith. Smith just 1 for 8 against Suarez. Base is empty, 1 out. First pitch grounded to short. Bogarts has it in the glove. The throw across, 2 gone. Dodgers down to their final out in game 3. So Smith, like Muncy, 0 for 4. Gavin Lux trying to avoid that same fate in game 3. He's 0 for 3. He's grounded out twice to second base and then flew out to left field. A Petco Park record crowd on its feet. 6-5 Padres. 2 outs, nobody on, top of the 9th inning. Suarez with the pitch. Low and away, ball 1. Gavin Lux helped the Dodgers stay afloat and stay in front in the second half of the season. They need him to stay alive in game 3. He swings and taps a changeup off the plate, strike one. A sea of fluttering yellow towels all around San Diego. The 1-1 pitch. Strike two. 101 from Suarez. North of the zone. And Lux couldn't catch up to it. The Dodgers down to their last strike. The pitch. Lux takes away a changeup that ran outside on the left-handed hitting Lux into the right-handed batter's box. Now 2-2. Dodgers have only one more strike to work with. The pitch from Suarez. Lux, check swing, foul ball into the net north of the Dodger dugout. It bounces down and ends up with Dino Ebel, the Dodger third base coach. Lux with a deep breath in the left-handed batter's box. Suarez has the ball at the belt. We'll try another 2-2 pitch. It tails downstairs. The changeup missed low. Full count. Tommy Edman on deck. Dodgers down 6-5, down to their last out and strike. The payoff pitch. Lux tips it into the glove. Strike three, and that is the ball game. The San Diego Padres, thanks to a 6-run second inning, beat the Dodgers 6-5 in Game 3 of the division series and take that all-important 2-1 series lead. We'll take a moment to step aside, come back to break it all down on the Dodgers Audio Network.
LA's best sports talk.
That's a good endorsement there.
AM 570 LA Sports.
Matt Money Smith here for Galpin Ford. Talk about championship level organization. We know a little something about that, right? Galpin exclusives right now. 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty on almost every used vehicle and every new Ford. And this is one of the largest inventories of Fords anywhere on earth. You want an EV, you're going to get a wall box home charging station with the purchase or lease of any new electric vehicle. On top of that, you know Mike Schwartz, the general manager. Ask for him by name. It's 1-800-GO-GALPIN off the 405 at Roscoe, or check out galpinford.com.
In the history of Dodger Stadium, there have been 19 total rainouts. Hi, I'm Dave Roberts, and last year's rain was one for the books, and it was LA County's best for capturing that rain. Over 200 billion gallons of storm water was captured, enough for 5 million people, or enough water to cover attendance at 89 sold-out home games. LA County works hard to ensure a safe, clean, reliable water future. Find out more at waterforla.com.
Feed your need for fun at Harrah's Resort SoCal and the world's largest Hell's Kitchen restaurant. From wine pairing to preparing a classic beef Wellington, learn to entertain like Chef Gordon Ramsay. To learn more or plan a stellar stay, visit harrissocal.com.
Fall means playoff baseball in SoCal, and just like our boys in blue need to play at their best, your car or truck need to be running at its best. The only place to go is Valvoline Instant Oil Change.